For hockey, because it is SJHL playoff time.
Creighton Furniture Bomber playoff hockey is on the air. Scores! And the Bombers have done it! Wow! This team just won't quit! Anything can happen and probably will.
That's one of the most bizarre things I have seen on the ice. And I've been calling hockey for over 20 years.
On 102.9 CFAR,
30 seconds.
CFAR 590, and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Look out! We got all kinds of mayhem now!
And here with the call of the action.
20.
My goodness, what a scrap here! The voice of the playoffs. There's a chance off my net! They score! And the crowd is going
10.
absolutely cuckoo! The one and only
5.
Mr. Rob Hart.
And your go.
And thank you very much, and welcome to the Whitney Forum. Boy, it seems literally yesterday. I can thank my co-heart Nolan Cole tonight, who told me it's 307 days since the last time the Flin Flon Bombers and the Estevan Bruins played. That memorable Game 7 series, of course, the Bruins winning it in Game 7. Flin Flon, I had the momentum, looked pretty good heading back there for Game 7, but give the Bruins credit. Shut Flin Flon down, didn't give them much, and they ended up winning that game. Basically a 1-0 hockey game. They got the empty net with about 30 seconds left, I think, and were able to pick up their first league trophy since 1999. But it did not diminish the efforts of the Bombers, the Bomber faithful. These fans that have made the Whitney Forum, let's face it, maybe the most special and most famous building around. Forget about the old Joe Louis Arena. Forget about the old Montreal Forum, Maple Leaf Gardens, Chicago Stadium. None get louder than the Whitney Forum, and we're expecting it to be a factor again as we're back here for Game 1, Bombers and Bruins. Mike Slip, here we go again.
Hard to believe, Rob. Yeah, it just seems like yesterday, like you say. Game 6 here, Rob, last year against these two teams. Holy, it was magic. And you and I were jumping up here. We were so excited for this team. I'm excited to get this going tonight.
Well, and you know, it's an interesting, a little bit different. I mean, a lot of premier players have moved on from both clubs. Flin Flon's going to be the favorite despite the injuries in the series this time around. That's interesting because Estevan started every single playoff series at home last year. A little bit different for them starting on the road. But you know what? And I've heard Mike Reagan talk about it, and I shared this with you. I feel there is a bit of an advantage starting on the road, especially if you can steal one of those first two games. And, you know, a lot of people comment, you know, how tough it is to win in the Whitney Forum, this and that. And, you know, how the Bruins haven't been a very good road team this year. You only got to get lucky once.
That's right. And, you know, there's a lot of pressure playing at home,
yes.
I think, Rob. And but you know, the Bruins have a good home record, and I'm sorry, the Bombers have a great home record. I know my wife, the treasurer of the team, loves to have these weekend games here because it's a moneymaker for the team. But you're right, and we'll have to see what this still injured Bomber lineup can do. They've been playing so good. I was thinking the other night, Rob, if all 6 of those injured players came back at once, who do you sit? I mean, these guys have played so good. You have to sit some of them, but it's amazing how great this Bomber third, fourth line players have stepped up and ended this season. So I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think the Bombers will come out, and I'm predicting a Bomber win tonight.
Well, they've rose to the occasion, but again, Flin Flon's got 3 guys with over 20 goals. None of them will play tonight.
Yeah.
Cole Dupro, and a big congratulations to him, got his much-awaited NCAA scholarship to Lindenwood University. He'll join Jaden Mercier, as well as Drew Kuzma, who, of course, is playing there right now. So 3 Bombers set to go there next year, very deserving. Despite missing the last 9 games, he still finished 6th overall league scoring. What a year he had. He'll be missed, though, and they're going to miss him. They're going to miss Zach King. They're going to miss Jeremy Tremblay. And I know that the secondary guys have done well. It's always tougher to score in the playoffs, though. It's always tougher to find room. And I'll tell you what, I know if I was the head coach, I'd be breathing a lot easier if those guys were playing.
Yeah, I know you Jeff Egan, or Matt Egan too. You know, with his physical presence.
Very good playoff guy.
Yeah, he's shot blocker. He's a physical guy in front of the net. So all those guys are missed. So you know, and what can we expect from Mercier and Locklear tonight? They've been sitting out and just practicing, but I know the boys are glad to have them back in the lineup.
They certainly are. You've heard our take on it. We'll get what the 2 coaches think here, getting ready for the rematch. We're about, well, I'm thinking 9 minutes away from opening face-off, but you never know here when they're going to drop the puck. We'll take a break. I hope to get both interviews in here tonight. The Great North GM Coaches Show coming up here It's playoff hockey back at the one and only Whitney Forum, and it's once again here on the Mothership 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Great North GM is all about quick,
Yes, sir.
easy approval. A fast delivery process
Yep.
for all applications are accepted for all types of credit situations. Guaranteed
Okay.
low rates and a great selection of new and pre-owned
Okay, I can do that.
like our 2023 Chevy Silverado Custom Trail Boss, only $311 bi-weekly. Come get
10.
your brand new or new to you pre-owned vehicle at Great North GM in the Paw.
5.
Be satisfied is more than just a slogan.
And your go.
Good evening. Welcome to our SJHL Coaches Show. Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, will join us. Playoff edition tonight. And here we go, Mike. It's time to stop talking and to actually get down on the ice and take care of business. And it's a matchup that's looked like it could happen probably the last month or so. It has come to fruition. Bombers, Bruins all over again. Your thoughts as it gets going here right away?
Yeah, we're excited about it. I think that round one is always an interesting matchup, and with us facing off against the Bruins, I think it makes it even more interesting. And obviously, there's going to be emotions a part of it, and I think that's a good thing for us. I think that to have the Bruins right off the bat here is important to get that energy going, and we're hoping for a long playoff run, and this one can be a big one for us mentally.
You told me in the past you haven't minded starting on the road. Saying that, since it's the Bruins, since it's such a far travel-wise, is it a good thing to be starting at home this time?
Not sure. We're really not focused on that, just because we are where we are, and you got to play the games, and at the end of the day, I mean, you got to perform and execute, and there's no question that when we've started on the road in the past, feels like a little less pressure on you. But pressure can be a good thing. It depends on how you embrace it. And I think that our guys are excited about the challenge here. I think it's something that, we've been working towards for a long time. Obviously, every team is throughout the regular season. But I feel like this team's been, itching to get to this point. And, there's some unfinished business there for 10, 12 guys. And, got some nice messages from the boys from last year, and I think that goes a long ways for these guys. So we're excited about it. I think that it's going to be a good first round matchup.
6-2-1, Mike, down the stretch here, which is impressive, especially with all the regulars you had in the lineup. Boy, the guys that were in there, hung in there, found a way to get it done for you, didn't they?
Yeah, real proud of those guys. The young guys stepped up. They embraced bigger roles on the team. I think it was great for their development, for the team development, for the confidence of both the individuals and the group. And now they've got to apply that here in the playoffs. So, sometimes those things can be blessings in disguise. Never do you want to lose 5 of your top 6 scorers and then arguably your hardest hitter on your team. But, that was the situation that we were in, and I thought the guys handled it great.
2 guys are back tonight. Bachler is going to be back in uniform, as will Mercy. We haven't seen Mercy for a long time. Boy, Mike, you must be really ecstatic to finally have those guys back. In particular, what they could do for you. I mean, your power play has been good, but these 2 guys, let's face it, they make it a lot better.
Yeah, they're difference makers. And I think the nice thing is when you take a look at the way those guys performed last year in the playoffs, that experience, I think, is huge. We know that both those guys are able to and capable of elevating their play in the playoffs, and that's not an easy thing to do. We, as an organization and as a staff here, we're always looking for guys that can play come this time of year, and we're not really concerned about the regular season. I mean, you should make the playoffs if you've got a good enough team, but it's about putting together a team that can perform in the playoffs. And like I said, those guys have that history and that pedigree, and I think that that's important heading into game 1.
Last year, no question about it, the crowd was a big factor. You talked about it about a week back or so when we were chatting on one of our CFAR post-game reports. Game 3 against North Battleford, you got your backs against the wall. That's an overtime hockey game. You don't win that, you maybe don't go on with the success, but the crowd got behind you, Mike. They were loud, they made a difference, and I know you're kind of counting on them to come out and I guess just have some fun at the Whitney Forum all over again.
Yeah, I think that if you're a fan that was a part of last year, how can't you want to come to game 1 against the Bruins? Like I said earlier, there's a lot of emotions and memories from last year. Arguably one of the best SJHL finals in the last 20 always been interesting against the Bruins. I mean, you take a look at the games down south in Estevan, some wild ones there, but I think that fans got to be excited about this.
Quickly, Mike, Cole Dupro not in uniform tonight, but some good news for him. He does get an NCAA scholarship. You and I have been talking about that for a while. It wasn't even a matter of hoping, just kind of wondering when it would be made. He's such a good player. Still winds up in the top 6 in year-end scoring despite missing the last 9 games. I mean, his pedigree is obviously obvious. He's one of the league's best players. Talk about what that means for your team and what it means for him.
Yeah, extremely happy for him. I mean, it's such a tough thing. I mean, the kid just absolutely loves being a Bomber and just gives you everything that he's got. He's just such a leader and, just one of those guys you're rooting for. And for him to get a Division I scholarship while missing the amount of games that he did, I think everybody's got to be happy for him. I've even got some messages from around the league from other coaches, and they're really happy that the injury didn't hamper him from getting his scholarship. And he's deserved this. He's worked hard for it. We're extremely happy for him and his family. Great family. They're just such supportive people, and this is something that we're extremely proud of, and Lindenwood's getting another great player.
They certainly are. Mike, thanks for this. Good luck against the Bruins. Game number 1 here tonight should be fun. Thanks very much, Robert. Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Bailey Homes knows that you want your
Yeah, I got those scores for you.
Your own. They're ready to move homes, and on-site builds are customized so that
Sounds good.
you get exactly what you want. Bailey Homes prides themselves on the quality of the build and provide
20.
you with every aspect of their expertise. With years of experience building and moving homes to the north, let Bailey Homes make your
10.
dream home a reality. Call toll-free 1-855-773-0217 or visit bailey-homes.ca.
And your go.
SKHL Coaches Show continues. Jason Titanic, the head coach of the Estevan Bruins, joins us. And Jason, here we go again. It seems like we literally left off with that exciting Canalta Cup final. And here we are, Game 1, first-round opening series. Your thoughts on facing the Bombers yet again?
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't seem that long ago, does it? Yeah, I know it was an exciting series, so I can't see why this series wouldn't provide the same type of atmosphere, but it's going to start pretty quick here.
It certainly is. The difference being this time around, they have home ice advantage. But saying that, Jason, you got nothing to lose. You come in here, if you could win one of these first 2 games in Flin Flon, that really puts the pressure on them.
Yeah, I think any game 1, there's always pressure on everyone, right? More so on the home team, but our focus just got to be at that first period, get each shift, and after the period's over, see what the scoreboard says, and get ready for the next one. We just got to take things in baby steps.
You started at home every series last year. Is it feel a little bit different starting on the road this time?
Oh, I guess with this team, but throughout my career, there's times where we've started on the road, so for me, probably some of those players, not a big deal.
You do have some players left from last year's squad, so do they, but saying that, these are really 2 totally different hockey teams. A lot of high-end skill is gone from both these clubs. Saying that, though, is still some bad blood boiling over from that final last year? Do you still sense a little bit of that?
I would imagine the guys from last year still have some dislike for each other. Obviously, you go through such a grueling series, and both teams are trying to win a championship, so we took that away from them. Now they're striving for one themselves, so are we, so they could take it away from us. That's the mindset of both teams when you go in playoffs, right? You're not going to like anyone because you have the potential to be eliminated, so you should have some dislike for the other team.
You lost a lot of top-end guys, like I mentioned. If I was to say to you, before the year began, that you'd be the best team in your division, would you have taken that?
Yeah, we lost a lot of guys. I think it was 20 in total. But that team was built a certain way last year. This team's built in a certain way this year, and our goal was kind of build a heavier team that was going to be more balanced and that kind of come at you. And because we knew we weren't going to get those high-end guys that we did last year because we were so late in the recruiting stages, and we lost out on some guys that ended up staying in the major juniors. So we had to quickly change our recruiting plan there, and we started piecing it together as the year went on.
That they have. They've won the Ventura division, and here they are, an opportunity to take down the Flin Flon Bombers. The Bombers finishing third overall and winning a 6-3-1 end of the season. The Bruins kind of limped into the postseason at 4-4-2, but saying that, they're still the best team in their division and have an opportunity as we start to dance here tonight. Just underway, the Bailey Homes builders of the game for the Flin Flon Bombers. We've got Silvestri, Galench, Olafson up front. Of course, these three guys helped carry the mail down the road with all the injuries. Tanchik and King are in uniform as well as they start things off. They fire the puck in. We didn't talk much about goaltending in the pregame show, but that's obviously going to be a big factor as well. Cam Hrdlicka, a finalist for the top goaltender in the year. His counterpart, Laser Hume's numbers are technically better, but Hrdlicka maybe not as good as a defense core in front of him. Anyway, we're underway here. Mike Slips is 23 seconds in. Big opportunity for the Bruins to try and steal one. Do you feel the teams come out slow, trying not to make a mistake?
They've got a lot of pucks in the stands early. The Bombers threw a couple of nice checks here, though, Rob. So I don't know. I'm sure they're going to feel each other out here for a while.
I think teams are going to be a little bit maybe tense, not making that mistake because we're so tight. Olafson a shot right on target at Hrdlicka. He's going to stop that one till the cows come home. So we're just underway. Of course, the rest of the SJHL series are starting tonight as well. That big game at the Northern Lights Palace in Melfort tonight. Holy cow, that's going to be a war. I'm hearing that Hockey TV is down. I'm not sure what's happening. Please don't text me. I have no control over that. We're radio. But anyway, we'll kind of talk about the other SJHL series throughout the evening as well and keep you up to date on the Frontline Sport Legion of Town scoreboard. Bruins will move the puck out. There's a big hit there that Mike Slip was talking about as Barrow got knocked down. Puck back inside the Flin Flon zone. Vaughner moves it up the wall here. There's a quick pass to Mercer. Oh, we had a chance to split the D, but Wilson broke that one up. Bruins get it back inside their own zone. That's Miley. And he's going to try to slow it down a little bit. Don't want to give the Bombers any momentum or energy here early. They'll send the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. It comes in front of the net. That's picked up here by Houle. Other games tonight, like we mentioned, that big game tonight at the Palace in Melfort as they host the Wolves. That one literally went right down to the wire here at the end of the season. And, of course, the other big matchups tonight, we've got the Weyburn Red Wings. What a tough way to get back in the postseason. They try to take down the number 2 team in the country, the Battleford Stars, Nipawin and Humboldt. And like we said, we'll keep you up to date on all those games throughout our broadcast. The Frontline Sport League on a town scoreboard, including, of course, this big pivotal game number 1 here tonight. Here's Richmond back in his own zone. He had a Bruin all over him. That was Barrow. Puck is lifted up. Here's a chance for Dawson Carroll getting a chance to play tonight. He can't knock it down. Bridger gets it back to Carroll. He'll poke it deep inside the zone. Knocked away by Babbitt. He'll have to play big minutes with the loss to Stewart. Here's Richmond at the blue line. Fires that over top of the Estevan net. Bombers try to submerge, get the forecheck going here early. Picked up here by Noah Houle. He'll drop it back of the goal. Picked up by Babbitt. And the Vector D-man will clear that off the glass back down inside the Flin Flon zone. Icing against the Bruins. Mueller will touch up back in his own net. And a bit of a slow start here. Teams feeling each other out, but Estevan, obviously their game plan is, and the video is such a big part of hockey now. I can tell you right now that Jason Turtanek, Mike Reagan, the last 2 days have done nothing but watch video. Yeah. That Bomber forecheck was lethal. Look for the Bruins to get the puck out as quickly as they can. They don't want them coming down and throwing the big body checks and keeping them in deep. So I expect the Estevan defense to maybe play some boring hockey, just dump it off the boards and get it down the ice, but they can't afford to get hemmed in their own end. Von Strecken, the former Bruin, will fire that one in. Picked up by Babbitt in the corner. Stibbe, he picked that one up and tried to get it back out front, knocked away. Here's Mitch Koner. What a year he had for the Bruins at center. He'll hammer it inside the Flin Flon zone. Stopped at the side of the net and grabbed here once again by Harmon Laser-Hume. We talk about the goaltenders. Harmon Laser-Hume's never played an SJHL playoff game.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So this is something for you. Keep your eye on Mitch Koner and Alex Von Strecken. They all the games this season they've played, they've gone at it. I asked Alex about it. He said, you know what? He's my friend. I like him, but not on the ice.
Yeah, 2 very competitive guys. Face off inside the Flin Flon zone. To the left of the goaltender, Laser-Hume. O'Neill will take the draw here against Silvestri. Here's Lucas Fry. He was part of that big series last year and was with the Bombers for that big ride in the Centennial Cup. He knows what this is all about. Listen to the blue line, but held in that time. That didn't miss by much. A good chance that time by Whittingham. Flin Flon does poke it past Koner. They say he was outside the line, so they'll have to get out. Here's Fry. That's center. Sends the puck back inside Estevan territory. Hrdlicka got a piece of that. Here's Olafson. Trying to throw it out front. Hit a stick and picked up quickly by the Bruins. Koner will take away. He's at center. He'll dump it in and go off for a change. And Laser-Hume stopped that back of his own net. Swings the pass up the boards. Galinshin's pass that gets knocked away by Miley. Quickly got that one. Back to Kalora. He's got to come back and knock it down. He'll drop it back to Miley. Miley at the Estevan blue line to center. Sends it in. Long shot. Easy save. Laserhill will drop it back to the goal here for King. King. Over to Tanchuk. Tanchuk was pressured. Got it away though. Nice pass up the center. Picked up here by Mercier. Back in uniform. He rips that over top of the Estevan net. We talk about Mercier, what he's going to mean on the power play, amongst the league leaders in power play points when he got injured this year. Boy, they're excited to have him back. Pangora gets the puck to blue line, held in by Tanchuk. This will force Wilson in deep. He gets bumped by Mercier. Centers it out front. Comes back to left point. Tanchuk has it. Tanchuk shot. Oh! Just tipped wide that time by Mercier. Puck will come down the ice, and Reese Richmond, another big part of that team last year, races back to get it. He swings the pass up the left side. Mercer can't pick it up. Icing is negated. Babick will pick it up. Ahead to Runke. The only Estevan Bruin, the top 20 in league scoring, dumps that in. What a year he's had. They're going to need him to have a good series here against Flin Flon. Bridger tried to clear it free, hit a leg. Back to Babick at the Bruin blue line, comes back to Runke. He'll get a stick on that. Poked away, comes back to center. Here's Lees. He'll send it in wide of the Estevan goal. Here's Babick. Ahead for Zazastro. Bridger got a piece of it, knocked it down, threw it in. Noah Houle after it. Puck bouncing, Carroll after it. He fires that one low glove side and wide. Richmond pinching in along the boards. Here's Dawson Carroll. Back of the net, tried to come out front, lost the handle, picked up by Guy. Off the glass, gets it ahead. Flin Flon on top of it again. No good job by Bridger to come back and tap it over to Houle. Houle at center. Sends it inside the Bruins zone. Bodies flying all over the place once again, as I guess you'd expect in a intense playoff matchup. Big hit there. Richmond steps in the barrel. The whole board shook just below our broadcast location. But Chemlevsky's got it. He's across the bomber side. He got a chance. That got blocked. Chemlevsky gets it back to Getzlaff right point. His shot. That goes wide. He had the Bruins a little out front, looking for the deflection. But I'll chip it back to center. Cut off. Good defensive play that time by Whittingham. He'll flip it back in. Barrow races in there to get it. Barrow deep inside the Flin Flon zone. In the corner for Little. Little tried to get it out front. Little has it. Hit hard by Von Spreckenback and then a couple forward teammates. Here's Mueller. Ahead to Richmond. His backhander looking for Pierce at center. Getzlaff stopped that. Dropped it back to Koner. Koner down the wing. A quick shot that sails over top of the bomber net and quickly comes back to the blue line. Grabbed here by Mueller. Mueller in on Wilson. Mueller, side of the net. Good left patch. Stopped that time by Hrdlicka. Here's Koner the other way. Now the pace is picked up as the puck is sent back in the Flin Flon zone. And I guess the two teams did a couple shifts to feel things out, and now they're starting to fly.
Yeah, they sure are. Boy, Brock Mueller, what a end of the season he's had, and he showed it again there. Just had a tough angle, but a great effort again by Brock Mueller. It's a birthday today, Rob.
14:26 to go, opening period, one shot apiece. It's the Eddie's Family Food shot clock here for the playoffs. Silvestri will line up here against O'Neill to the right of Cam Hrdlicka. Still scoreless. Bruins win the face-off. They get the puck back inside the Flin Flon zone. Here's Township. Feeds it over to King. King back to center ice. Here's Silvestri. He'll fire that one in. Hrdlicka, no problem again. And Hrdlicka, one of these different style goaltenders.
Yeah.
I mentioned this last time, and there should be a name that you remember, Mike Palmatier.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see a lot of guys that stand up and make the real big fancy kick saves and stuff. Hrdlicka plays that way. He's fun to watch.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Mike Palmatier was fun to watch, right? And Hrdlicka is like that. I don't know how tall he is. He doesn't seem very big.
Very agile, though.
He sure is. He's like an old-school goalie.
And like we said, a finalist for the goalie of the year. Obviously, tough company against Dawson Smith from Orange, the guy that won it, Josh Cote from Battleford. But to be ranked with those guys is obviously a big feather in his cap. Here's Silvestri at center. Across the bomber line, his long shot again, nowhere near the net. Picked up here by the Bruins guy. And the Bruins will work it outside the zone. Here's a nice pass back to Pangura. Pangura at center. I thought he was their best forward when Flin Flon was here, or when Estevan was here in January. Scored both their goals. He's got it in the corner. Tied up in the corner that time. Kalora trying to get free. Flin Flon will work it ahead to Olofsson. He'll poke it out. Wilson picks it up at his own blue line. Played it back ahead of Flin Flon. Dangerous with the line changes early again. Here's Von Sprecken. Back to Fry. Gets it ahead to center. They try to get it over to Mercer, but intercepted that time by Filion. Flin Flon gets it back. Here's a chance for Mercer. And Flin Flon offside as Mercer crosses the blue line. 13:18 to go. No score opening period. 3-1 is the Eddie's Family Food shots in favor of the Bombers. And Mercer not part of the the big end series, but he was at the Centennial Cup as a member of the Brooks Bandits last year.
Yeah. That's the second time the Bombers nearly caught with too many men, Rob.
They win the draw at center. Fry will dump it in. Cats out front. Bachler back in uniform. He couldn't pick it up. And down the ice it goes. Von Struck in better hurry. He's got the speedy Davis coming in on him. Davis, very good league final against the Bombers last year. I think he might be looking forward to the series more than anybody. From when I heard, saw the few of the guys at the hotel yesterday, and he was just beaming, having a chance to come back to Flin Flon and play this Bomber team once again. Puck kick back to Bruins side of center. Wilson is there. He'll feed it back to Miley. And again, Miley going to try to slow things down in his own zone. They'll take their time. They're in no rush. It's still a scoreless period. He'll give it back to Wilson. He's got some room. Took a good slash there. Gets it across the Bomber line. That's knocked down by Richmond. Feeds it back to Lees. He'll chip it back in. Walker wants to go off for a change. Hrdlicka comes out, and he'll leave it back of the goal. Babick moves it ahead. Intercepted by Carroll. Dropped it back to Richmond. Back out front to Carroll. Didn't see the puck. Back out front. The puck is loose. They score! I think Liam Query. Carroll blocked it in front.
Yep.
And that went off Babick. And how about that, Dawson Carroll? Didn't play a whole ton down the stretch. They throw him out there tonight, and he gets a big goal as that redirects off Babick in his own net.
Feel great for Dawson Carroll. Like you say, he was put on a junior B card, and he's got in a lot of games at the end because of the injuries, and he's rewarded with a goal here tonight.
So Carroll will get it as it goes off Babick in his own net, and Flin Flon does what they need to do. They get the crowd in it early as he gets his first ever playoff goal, and the Bombers will take an early 1-0 lead here. Richmond knocked it down. He's holding it in. Puck bounces. Bridger will get an assist. And Richmond, the Bomber defenseman, who started the whole play. So Flin Flon on the board. Carroll from Bridger and Richmond. And Flin Flon's got that 1-0 lead. We'll see if the Bruins have to open up a little bit more now that they're down a goal. Here's the pass to Barrow. He'll chip it back in. Houle will race back to get it. Or no, he won't. It was clear to the corner that time by Laser Hume. Bombers push it back to center. Here comes the speedy Stibby. He was fun to watch down the stretch. Zaleski took it from him back over to Barrow. Barrow will chip it in deep for Little. The Bruins trying to respond to that early goal by Dawson Carroll. He only had 2 in the regular season. They both came against Melville in one game. And boy, nice to see him get his first ever playoff goal here tonight. Flin Flon up 1-0, 11:21 to play in the opening period. Playing inside the Bruins zone. Barrow will get it. Here's the nice pass to center picked up by Forrest. He'll dump it in. Also racing down there was O'Neill. Knocked away from him. Here's Galenshin. And a quick pass to Pierce. The Bombers have something going, or do they? They're going to go off for a change. Back to King. His long shot kicked to the corner that time by Hrdlicka. Babick will pick it up back of the net. Expect to see him a lot. Loses the handle out front. Oh, left side shoots it. Great save, Hrdlicka there. The Bombers get a big turnover. We talked about that ferocious forecheck. There you see an example of it. They get the defenseman to cough up the puck, and that's a great scoring opportunity.
Boy, that last game, Rob, that the Bombers played against Laurent, that forecheck was very impressive, and as you say, they showed it again there.
Silvestri set for the face-off against Calora. To the right of Cam Hrdlicka, 1-0 Flin Flon. They're also shooting the Bruins. 6-1 the Remax shot clock to start the game here tonight. Olofsson will go in to take the face-off as he wins the draw back to Tanchuk. Tanchuk feeds it over to, there's Corey King, a shot! It's 2-0! Corey King! He gets like that. The Flin Flon Bombers are up 2-0. And Cam Hrdlicka, he didn't even see it, Mike, and he might be a little bit, I'll tell you what, he might be one goal away from coming out of this game.
Well, Coach Hatarnik's not afraid to pull his goalie multiple times in a game, which drives me nuts. But yeah, he certainly didn't see that one, that's for sure.
So Flin Flon already up 2-0, a couple of quick goals, and a couple of unsung guys again.
Yeah.
You talked about it leading in the pregame show. They're lacking a lot of offense, but a lot of other guys are getting chances, and Corey King's had a great year. Olofsson gets the assist, which I guess is fitting after he had that great chance just moments before that. For the Bombers, a quick 2-0 lead here in the opening period. Corey King from the blue line will get that shot through. Here's Little. Back the other way as he'll flip it off the boards inside the Flin Flon zone, and Von Sprecken will grab it back of his own net, dropped it back of the goal for Fry. Boy, Flin Flon, what a start here tonight. 7 shots on net, they got 2 goals. Here's Little. Knocked away by Bachler. Picked up by Mercer. Zazitsko had him tied up. Puck is lifted outside the zone back to Von Sprecken at center. He's got it. He'll flip it back in. Hrdlicka knocked it down back of his own net, left it there. Picked up here by Wilson. Lost the handle. That forecheck continues to be strong, but Runke gets it back. Here's Runke, the top offensive Estevan sniper. Tried to do the toe drag, dropped it back to Zizitsko, and the Bruins will hold it in. Back of the goal for Davis, trying to come out front to Runke, just out of his reach. Puck will roll to the blue line. Miley's got it, he holds it in. Dabavic, a quick shot. Save made, Laserhume rebound. Turned away as well on the quick release by Runke. Bombers get it back, they'll flip it out. This will chase Babic back inside his own zone. Beats that one over to Guy. The fans coming to life here. Boy, big crowd here again tonight. They love their playoff hockey here in Flin Flon. Guy back of the Estevan net, trying to get back on track. The Bruins need the next goal. They're down 2. Here's Forrest. Chips it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Richmond there. Got a hold of it in the corner. Hanging on to it. A couple Bruins on top of him. Now they'll swing it back to the net. There's Noah Houle. Up the boards. Ahead to Carroll, who got the first goal. Here's Dawson Carroll. Nice pass across the line. There's a quick chance that time by Lees. Rebound. Oh, Bridger a chance. And what a toe save that was by Hrdlicka. He needed to make that save, and he did. Here's Koner the other way. Into the glove. Big save. Laserhume. Drop back for Houle. Here's Lees. To center. He'll flip it back inside the Estevan line. That's quickly blocked here by Wilson. Feeds it back to Miley. Miley at center. Across the Bomber line. Well, dump it in deep. Noah Houle is there, kind of stumbled in his own zone. Back to Richmond. Up the boards here to Pierce. Pierce. Off the boards. He's looking for Mueller. Mueller, what a stretch he had. He scored 4 goals in the last 5 games. Bruins flip it back in Flin Flon territory. Tanchuk is there. Around the boards to Mueller. He'll poke it ahead, but knocked down the blue line by Guy. He'll send it on target. Stick save made. Laserhume. Rebound out front. There's a deflection. A Tanchuk stick. And off the mask. A great stop there by Laserhume. Flin Flon back the other way. Mueller to center. He'll flip it in, try to chase it down. Babic's been out there forever. Trying to freeze it up in the corner. Kicked it ahead, picked up by Chemlevsky. Back to Little. Little. A backhand pass to Pangura across the Bomber line. Like we said, he played good against Flin Flon here back in January. Can't knock that one down. Galentian's got it. Here's the pass to Silvestri. Silvestri streaking up the left side, but gets left there to cut him off. Bruins try to get the puck out. They do. Chemlevsky, can't knock it down. Galentian's got it. That's offside here. Holy cow, was that bad? Oh, how did they miss that? Galentian farted on target. I can't believe the Estevan Bruins bench didn't go up, get a little bit nuts. Horrible offside they missed. Here's Pangura. Back to center ice to Chemlevsky by himself. The Bruins are changing. He'll throw it in. Here's Fry. Back to Silvestri. Back to Vockler. Vockler across the Estevan line. Try to go wide down the left side. He'll duck and weave. Vockler, a quick chance. Rebound. Scores! It's 3 Flin Flon. And the look like they're caught in quicksand now, Mike Slip. I'll tell you what, if I'm Jason Tartanek, don't you call a timeout, maybe?
Look at the bench, Rob. They're just down and dejected.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Timeout time?
I would think so, but who
maybe
knows?
He's thinking about the media timeout coming up.
Oh, probably. And it should be coming up. You're right. It's 6:59. Boy, Vockler looked pretty good on that play, didn't he?
He made a great move, and Silvestri just seems to get to those right spots. He'll get his first, he'll shovel it in. No chance for Cam Hrdlicka there.
On all 3, I don't think, Rob.
Well, I don't know about the second one. I'd like to see the replay on it, but I don't think he saw it.
No, he did not.
Flin Flon up 3-0 here early. And they're looking for more off the face-off as they get it in deep. Vockler will get the 1 assist. And like Mike Slip mentioned, boy, he looked pretty good there, ducking and weaving away from traffic. And the Bombers, just like that, lead this game 3-0. And Hrdlicka stays in there. 12-6 is the Eddie's Family Food shots. And I thought that Jason Tartanek might call a timeout, but he does have that media timeout coming up at some point here, so they can try and get back on track with that. Puck is back to the Bomber net. This is Von Sprecken ahead to Bridger. Bridger can't knock it down. Puck stays in. Look out, Runke's in there. He's looking for the puck. Poked to the corner that time by Laserhume. This is Bridger. Inside his own zone. Nice pass to Carroll. Feeds it over to Lees. Lees tried to come back up the middle. Just knocked away that time by Davis. Off the boards, back to the Bomber blue line. Boy, Flin Flon, a big opening period here tonight. They're up 3-0. There's the long shot. Hrdlicka will stop that. And Guy will pick it up back of the Estevan net. 5:47 to go opening period. 3-0, and they've got a good crowd here tonight. Well over 1,000 in attendance. Forrest takes the pass. His long shot wide. Bruins keep it in. We got one of the Bombers winding up in his own net. That's Houle. Meanwhile, play continues. Here's Pierce quickly to center. Pierce down the wing, a long shot off the stick of Hrdlicka. Rebound picked up here. Bruins can't clear, though. Mueller holds it in. Puck will go back to the Estevan net. Played ahead by Babic to Koner. Intercepted outside the line. Pierce has got it. He'll throw it back in before he gets knocked down by O'Neill. Once again, Babic back to the Bruin net. Mueller stands out front waiting for him. We're down to 5:05 to go. He'll swing the pass to the left corner. Here's Kalora to center. Lost the handle to Silvestri. He's got the third Flin Flon goal. Here's Kalora staying with it. Knocked it down. Good play to get it inside the Flin Flon zone. He took King down. He's got the second Flin Flon goal tonight. Along the boards to Galenchin. Galenchin tried to poke it ahead. He's held up in the corner. Townchuk in there as well. Puck does squirt free. Nobody seems to know where it is, but it's laying right there. Finally done free by Pangora. Wrap around. Good stick save made that time by Laserhill. Rebound cleared to center. Miley will play it back to the Estevan line. This is Guy to Miley. Miley again will kind of regroup in his own zone. Here's Miley. Swings the pass to center. Picked up by Filion and fired in. King. Back of the Bomber. Left it there for Galenchin. Galenchin. Coming off the best game of his junior career. Scored those two beautiful goals against L'Orange on Saturday, including that game winner, that shorthanded goal, which I think should have been in there for the highlight of the year that the SKHL was putting on their website. I haven't seen a prettier goal than that this year.
No.
Bruins at the side of their net. Here comes Miley. To Little at center. Little. Good move around Mercer. Down the right side. A quick chance. There's a save made by Laserhill. Rebound clear to the corner. Bruins need that next goal. Bachler back the other way. Stretch pass. He had Mercer there, but just knocked away by Barrow. Otherwise, he goes in free. Puck poked to center. Barrow back on top of it. Knocked away from him. It'll get away from Babic, and you have to go pick it up inside the Estevan zone. Played that one back to Winningham. Here's Babic again. Up the middle. Poked in by Little. Puck will roll inside the Flin Flon zone. Here's Von Sprecken. Along the boards to Lees. Lees has it. Plays it ahead to Walker. Nice play outside the zone. They'll lift it ahead and go off for a change. And Winningham will chase it down inside the Bruins zone. We might not get immediate timeout.
Yeah, it's funny, Rob.
3:07 to go in the opening period. I guess it's been tough with the great end-to-end action. Not a lot of whistles. We had lots early. Here's a chance for Runke. Across the Bomber line. Whiffed on it the last second. Von Sprecken will play it ahead. And Lee's still out there at center. He'll poke it in and go off for a change. Lifted in the glove. Hrdlicka going to hang on. And we're going to get our media timeout now with 2:48 to go. I think we are.
You are, Rob.
We'll take a break. All Flin Flon tonight. Carroll, King, Silvestri have found the back of the net. It's a 3-0 Flin Flon lead here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
May not feel like it just
Sounds good. I'll get you those scores right now.
At PharmaSave. New clothing items.
Sounds good.
Kaplan Lily White collection allows you to be comfy as you dress.
Gosh, they started the game like 5 minutes early.
Green Thumb with garden items, so you're able to plan early. Plus, new electronic items and the M&M Express Food Market.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, honestly.
Pharmacists, helpful staff, visit when you need to or just to check out all the new items. Your life.
I don't mind the early starts, though. It's just bad for the interviews. 30 seconds.
Time at Frontline Sport and Leisure. Custom build and design a 2024 Polaris sled exactly how you want it. With exclusive features, options, and a
20
warranty. Only available during snow check. Choose your color, tracks, windshield, chocks, and more. There are over 1,000 combinations to choose from. Now on until March
10.
29th. To find out more about snow check, visit Frontline Sport and Leisure or call 688-3333. Frontline Sport and Leisure, building dreams one
And your go.
time.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. Quite the start for the Bombers tonight. Mike, 3-0 late in the opening period. Outshoot the Bruins right now, 14-7.
Yeah, they've been pressing, and as we said earlier, that forecheck is really awesome. The beauty of Locklear is how he can create space in it, with a perfect example on that last goal.
That's a nice one off the face-off. There's a chance for Silvestri. He's got a goal. That got blocked. The Bruins quickly outside the zone. There's a lead pass to Wilson up the middle. Look out. He's taken off, and they'll get a hold of it off the side of the Bomber net. Galenchin back the other way. That hits the skate. Comes back in the Flin Flon zone. Here's Noah Houle back of his own net. Back to Richmond. Richmond, nice pass to Silvestri. The quick pass to Galenchin across the line. Top of the left circle, top of the right circle. That got blocked. Back of the goal for Olofsson, tied up here with Guy. Silvestri in there as well. He's trying to dig the puck free. The Bruin captain, Runke, trying to freeze it up. He'll get a hold of it. Here's Runke. Nice pass to Davis at center. Loses the handle. Silvestri, but comes across the Bomber line. The dangerous Runke is after it. Flin Flon will clear. It's away from Miley, but rolls right over to Babic in front of the Bruin net. But here's Voxler to take it from him out front. Oh, chance from Mercier. Couldn't get in position, though. Knocked away. Puck is flipped back to center. Picked up by O'Neill. Quickly across the Bomber line. Bruins late here in the opening period to do themselves a big favor, getting a goal to get back in the game. Flin Flon will try to hold them off. Here's King. He'll skate with it to center. Up the middle to Mercier, but knocked away right away by Miley. Plays it back to Babic. This is Babic at his own blue line. Back to Forrest at center. Chips it back in the Flin Flon zone. There's Koner out there. Koner. Good energy guy for them. Loses the handle on the board, but it comes back out front. Bouncing puck. Cloran is after it. Knocked away this time by Mercer. Cloran back to cut it off inside the Estevan line. They'll feed it back in front of the goal to Babic. Babic up the middle. Lots of room for Kalora. Off the boards. He'll try to pick up the puck inside the zone. Swatted away from him. Here's Carroll. A backhand pass to Lees. Lees trying to get away from Wilson. He'll throw it in deep. Whittingham is there. And the Bruins will get it back here to Conger. A big hit in behind the play there. Stolen here by Bridger. And his quick shot gets blocked. A big hit in behind the play as you can hear the crowd go nuts. And there's another hit there. Bridger again, this time stepping into Whittingham. 43.6 seconds to go, and a lot of energy from Flin Flon. Estevan needs somebody to do something to give themselves some energy here, Mike. Looking, I mean, they're starting to move the puck up the ice all right, but nothing really big to bring the team together right now.
No, and as I said, their bench looks just blah. You know, they're just sitting there where the Bomber bench is up and slamming their stick, and they need some life. You're right.
That's a big face-off win by the Bruins. You talk about Bachler earlier, what he could do. They really miss him in those face-offs, especially late in hockey games. He gets a chance again as he fires that off the side of the net. Bruins will clear it out. Puck lifted down the ice. Von Sprecken cuts this off inside his own blue line. 25 seconds to go. Here's Mercer. Dropped it back. Quick chance. Left pad saved by Hurt. Like a rebound. They're after it. It's loose. Mercier in there. And maybe this will get him going. The Bruins didn't like that. Bachler gets sent on his keister. Mercier takes a bit of a cross check, and maybe this is where the Bruins can draw a little bit of energy from. There hasn't been much, and give Flin Flon credit. If that puck is loose around that net, they really go after it.
Jacob Bachler stomped on one of the Bruin sticks there trying to break it.
Well, you better be careful not to get a penalty.
I know. He didn't get caught. He didn't break it either, but
18.8 seconds to go, opening period. Here goes Galenchuk set for the face-off. Bruins going over a bit of strategy. They got to win this one. They don't want to get Flin Flon another goal here late. There's a puck. Was that puck thrown on the ice? I think it was by a fan. Good idea for fans not to throw stuff on the ice. Usually they get you kicked out of rinks.
Yeah, I thought it came from the stands.
It did. Off the face-off, Silvestri's chance. A weak shot goes wide. Picked up by Babic off the glass, set back in the Flin Flon zone. And Von Sprecken will go back to get it with just 8 seconds to go. He'll try to kill off the last few remaining seconds. Barrow comes down on top of him. Lets Fry take it. And he doesn't need to go anywhere, but he will shovel the puck over to Von Sprecken, and that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes here tonight. And we got Silvestri and Babic mixing it up at the end of the period. But boy, if you're the Flin Flon Bombers, you can't be any happier with that opening period tonight, can you?
No, and you know, we talked about home ice pressure. Didn't show in that period, but by any means, actually it looked like the Estevan Bruins had all the pressure. They need a spark. They need something to get going because, as I say, it's a dejected bunch right now, and great period for the Flin Flon Bombers.
Well, it was, and I guess it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, but if Estevan's going to come back tonight, they got to get the next goal.
Hey, absolutely. Go down 4-0, but it's tough. And the way the Bombers are playing, it's going to be tough for them to do that.
Well, the first couple shifts, like we said, a little bit feeling out, but boy, once Flin Flon got that forecheck going, they're able to create some mistakes, which certainly led to both the second and third goals. The first goal, I think, was a bit of a lucky bounce. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but Carroll, and again, that's why you always shoot the puck, right?
Absolutely.
He's trying to center it. It unfortunately goes off Babic. It hits him awkwardly. It goes in, and Flin Flon rides some momentum to get a couple turnovers, and look out, 3-0 after one period of play. We'll take a break. The opening intermission for the Co-op straight ahead, including that first period scoring summary. All Flin Flon so far here. 3 goals in the opening 20 here, game 1 of this SJHL quarterfinal. You're listening to Creighton Finisher Flin Flon Bomber playoff hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Hey, Northern Manitoba. University
10.
of the North is cheering for our Northern hockey team.
Sounds good.
We know that this is a big deal, and we want to wish the best.
So the girls won 52-45 over Prairie Mountain.
Go hand in hand. At UCN, we believe that here you can win.
They play the Rosenort Redhawks at 2 p.m. I think it is, and yeah, and then if you want to know the player of the game, Redhawks. And then Gianna Watt was the player of the game for today's game.
You're busy, and nobody knows that more than you. And you forget things, like appointments, where you put your keys, even to eat.
Awesome. That's awesome for the girls, though, to make it all the way to the finals. That's awesome. There are pretty, like, some tall girls on that team.
You can't forget. So remember, they have fresh store-made items you can't get
No worries.
anywhere else. Eddie's Family Foods, your uptown grocery store, still big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
30 seconds.
Staple items like bread and buns, or just because items, muffins, cookies, and pies, so good you think you're
20.
But you're not. You're at the North of 53 Co-op. I know, you're shocked, but you shouldn't be, because the Co-op serves up hot and delicious baked goods
10.
every single day. And the only place better than their bakery is Mom's Kitchen,
5.
and that's debatable. The North of 53 Co-op, you're at home.
And your go.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. What a start by the Bombers here tonight. They jump all over Cam Hartlick and the Estevan Bruins, 3-0 after one. It took just 6:18 in, or 6:38 in. Again, Dawson Carroll. Nothing fancy, Mike. We talked about it in the corner. He tried to center it out front. Went off Babic into the net, and Flin Flon will take it.
Absolutely. I mean, I've said from the beginning of the year, you'll take the ugly ones. And it was his second attempt from that corner, that side, and he got that one. As you say, you never know what happens when you put it on the net.
Corey King makes it a 2-0 game. He gets the puck just inside the blue line. A nice, quick release. Hrdlicka didn't move on it. I'm assuming he never saw it.
I did see the replay on that, and there's a couple of big boys in front of him. I don't think he saw it either.
So King, his first to playoffs from Olison, made it 2-0. Then Silvestri able to jump on a loose puck in front of the Estevan goal. Bachler, little shake and bake action along the left-hand boards. Got the puck on target. Hrdlicka made the save. The rebound's there. Nobody picked him up.
No.
And he shovels it in quickly for a 3-0 lead. Shots 17-7 in favor of Flin Flon. And boy, talk about a great opening period to get a nice big crowd behind you and get the visiting team really back on their heels here early.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the prettiest of the 3 goals with, as you say, Walker with the shake and bake. And he's just so good at creating space. And it just seemed, the ice just seemed to open up, and he was able to get it to Silvestri, and they got the rebound.
Flin Flon leads at 3-0 when the Bombers in the regular season led after one period of play. They were very impressive at 22-1-1-2. When the Estevan Bruins trail after one period of play this year, 5-17-1. It is the playoffs, though. And like you said, that Estevan Bruin bench was dead. They need something to energize them. And maybe you see one of the guys try to start a scrap here early in the second. If you're Estevan, what do you have to do? I mean, I know you got to get a goal, but you got to do something to kind of lead up to that. Do you think a guy comes in here and maybe tries to get in a scrap?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. A big hit, a scrap. We talked about this with the Bombers a game or two ago, and you know what it did? What happened was a great penalty kill and 2 great saves by Harmon Laser-Humes. So something has to happen for the Estevan Bruins.
We'll see what happens. It's 3-0 Flin Flon after one. More of the opening intermission for the Co-op coming up. The Bomber captain Lucas Fry will join us next. He reflects on that exciting league final last year, of course, the Centennial Cup, and his thoughts on opening game here tonight. Bombers and Bruins, round number 2. Here we go. A good start for Flin Flon so far. Again, 3-0 after one. Back with more of the opening intermission and a chat with the Bomber captain next here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Look at all the features on my new washer and dryer. This one is
sounds good.
And with this one here, I can program a delayed start, though I haven't figured that one out yet. Oh, and it's got all these lights over here. I have no idea what they mean. Oh, and over here...
Sophisticated, not complicated. With a Whirlpool washer and dryer from Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, you get the technology without the confusion, and you can ask all your questions before you buy. Whirlpool washer and dryers are simple and efficient, and when you get your Whirlpool at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, you know what you're taking home.
Wicka, wicka, wicka. Bubbly sparkling water is the best. It has the fizz that gives the zest. With lots of flavors, there's no contest, cause you know bubbly.
What are you doing?
Just rapping about bubbly sparkling water to tell people how good it is.
Is that really necessary?
Well, you know, I wanted to,
Why don't you just tell them that bubbly sparkling water has 15 different flavors, no sugar, no calories, and it gives you that refreshing and delicious taste you crave?
I think that's a better idea.
Arctic Beverages, proud supplier of bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
30 seconds.
Oh, Creighton's Pizza. The extra large combination, the honey garlic chicken dippers, the lasagna, and the paper towels.
20.
Come here, Fluffy. Hey, look, with every order of $80 or more, you get a free Creighton's Pizza towel.
10.
Great idea. And Fluffy stays clean. 688-2080.
5.
Creighton's Pizza, fight for the last slice.
And your go.
Yep. Welcome to our first intermission of our Creighton Pizza player profile. Lucas Fry, the Bomber captain, will join us. Here we are, the beginning of the playoffs, I guess. This is why everybody likes to play this great game. This is where the real season starts tonight.
It's exciting. I mean, it's what we've all been waiting for. This is what we play for all year long, train for all summer long. This is what it's all about.
And here it is, the Estevan Bruins, of course, the team you saw not very long ago in the year-end final. Your thoughts on facing the Bruins all over again to start the playoffs?
It's a lot of emotions, for sure. I mean, with how it went down last year, that Game 7, I think all us returning guys were playing with a chip on our shoulder. There's no doubt about that. But I think we're ready to get the job done. And our theme for this year is finish the job from last year.
You happy you get a crack at them again?
Oh, couldn't be happier.
It is what it is. You do have home ice advantage this time around. Will that be the difference?
I think that's going to play a big factor in it, but I don't know if that's going to be the difference for sure. I think if we play the right way all throughout, we'll be good, whether we're playing here or in their barn.
Been an interesting final to the year. Of course, last year, you guys dropped 9 of your last 11. Look what happened. You're playing pretty good hockey heading into the postseason this year, 6-3-1 in your last 10. Despite not having a lot of big names in the lineup, what's been the secret to the success?
I think we're just sticking to the game plan. I mean, we're winning these games not because we're cute. We're not trying to do things individualistic. I mean, we're playing as a team. We're using every man that's dressed that night, and we're listening to what Rags is saying, and we're just trusting the process.
Be honest with me, when all those guys went down, were you a little bit worried?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have that doubt in the back of the mind. You think, where's that scoring going to come? Who's going to step up? But I think the guys inside that locker room have done a phenomenal job.
We saw that in the last game to end the regular season. I mean, Laurent had a lot to play for. Definitely had a playoff feel to it. I mean, I do it meant nothing standings-wise, really point-wise, but boy, what a statement game I thought to end the regular season.
Yeah, that feels great for us. Huge confidence boost. I mean, that's playoff hockey. It's not always going to be pretty, not always going to be cute, but as long as you're coming out with the 2 points, that's all that matters.
Do you think teams are kind of taking it a little bit lightly down the stretch here?
For sure. I think guys look at us and they see that we're missing a lot of our top scorers, and they might think might be a walk in the park, might be a little bit easier, but I mean, we came to play every night and we left it all out there.
You certainly have. You touched a little bit on the league final against the Bruins, but you personally, what do you remember, not only necessarily from the league final, but maybe even the Centennial Cup?
I think just the level of class and the level of play of the other players. I mean, every team out there, they were there to win. The level of mistakes that were made, it was something as simple as missing one pass, one icing that could cost you a game.
You had some good leadership on this team last year. What did you learn from those guys?
You know, it's all about, you can talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk. Those leaders last year, I mean, they were always preaching things in the dressing room, preaching things to us guys. They were leading on the ice. They were doing the little things right on the ice, and that's what mattered the most.
Well, I remember, Zach Smith, last year's captain. Centennial Cup is all said and done. Black and blue from his neck down to his feet. That's a guy that paid the price to win.
I mean, that's somebody you want to play for. That's somebody you want wearing that letter for you. That's somebody you look up to. I mean, you could tell him to do just about anything, and he'd do it for any one of us.
Are you a better captain because of what those guys did last year?
For sure. I think the things that I learned from them and what I gained from having them in the leadership role, it goes a long way, and I hope I can pass that down to these younger guys.
How are you feeling right now? You got goosebumps, you're nervous, a little anxious. What's your thoughts entering the game here tonight?
You know, I'm not sure if it's really hit me that it's playoff time, it's go time. I think when I step out there for warm-ups and see that crowd for warm-ups, that's when it's going to hit. But right now I'm just excited. You know, another hockey game, I can kind of feel it building, but I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
Is that a bit of a bonus too, or a bit of an added extra incentive or advantage that you went through all these big games last year?
Oh, definitely. Every guy in that locker room that was part of last year's team has that extra experience, knows what it takes. We really know the difference, that fine line between getting the job done and failure.
Are you hearing a lot around town? Are you expecting a big crowd tonight?
Yeah, I think everybody's excited for what's about to come. I mean, when you think of Flin Flon, you think of playoff hockey, and that's what it's all about. So I think it's going to be a good crowd, and we're ready to deliver.
And you get a couple guys back tonight. Both Mercier and Bacher back in the lineup. You must be really happy to have them back.
Huge additions. I mean, on and off the ice. They're great guys in the locker room, great guys on the ice, and we couldn't be happier.
And two guys that went through the whole process last year.
Exactly. They got lots of experience. I mean, they were a big part of that team last year. They played some big minutes, so we're really going to rely on them to lead the way and step up.
Is there still some bad blood with this Estevan team, or is it just another team you got to get through to get to the ultimate prize?
I think there's still some bad blood. I mean, as much as you like to think it's just another team in your way, I mean, we're still thinking about last year. We still got a sour taste in our mouth, and we're here to take care of business.
Well, here we are getting ready for, like we said, the big playoff push. A lot of excitement, a lot of pandemonium, and a great storyline. You know, being the reigning league champions, of course, from last year. Saying that, not only a chance to get redemption for them beating you, but it also would feel pretty good to beat the defending champs, too, would it not?
Yeah, I think all the talk across the leagues about this series, I mean, kind of the rivalry, the rematch, and we're ready to take on that challenge and we're ready to do the job.
Looking back on your hockey career, biggest moment for you, hockey period, no matter what league or where you played?
Definitely had to be last year's playoff run. I mean, going 9-3-9 in our last 12, we weren't really expected to have quite that run. Just being able to do what we did last year, get the town behind us, get that support, it's something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
A big game for you, a big moment for you personally, what would that be throughout your hockey career?
Maybe game 2 in Humboldt's in the series. When I assisted Kuzma's overtime winner.
That's a big moment for sure. Lucas, thanks for this. Good luck against the Bruins. It all begins tonight, the playoffs. Nothing beats it, especially here at the Whitney Farm. So thanks for this, and good luck. Hopefully going deep once again this year.
Thanks, Rob.
Lucas Fryer, Flin Flon Bomber captain, once again here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Nothing makes you feel more at home than a belly full of delicious.
I got 3.
And at Chicken Chef, they do exactly that. Make you feel at home. From the signature chicken.
Okay, and Rob, just so you know, the home team feed is picking us up during commercial. Just a heads up.
Always satisfy your appetite. And with new delicious.
Okay, because some lady just called and she said she could hear us talking about basketball.
And what's a good meal without?
Yeah, no worries.
Desserts, fully licensed and fully delicious. Open Monday to Saturday 8 to 10 and Sunday 8 to 3. Chicken Chef, where it always feels like home.
It's a great time for a new Ford F-150 from your friends at Northland Ford. Start your journey with 3.99% APR purchase financing for up to 72 months on select 2023 F-150 models. Plus, eligible Ford owners get a $750 bonus for a limited time. Already love the truck you're driving? Come check out their huge selection of Envy rims that'll make any model of truck or SUV pop. Just stop by or call and ask for the parts department. Northland Ford in Flin Flon, where they're loaded up on trucks and proud to be the dealership you tell your friends about.
Snow check time is here.
30 seconds.
Sport and Leisure. Custom build and design a 2024 Polaris sled exactly how you want it, with exclusive features, options, and a special
20.
warranty. Only available during Snow check. Choose your color, tracks, windshield, shocks, and more. There's over 1,000 combinations to choose from. Going on now till March 29th.
10.
To hear more about the Snow check program, stop in at Frontline Sport and Leisure today or call 680-3333. Frontline Sport and Leisure. Building dreams, one sled at a time.
And here go.
Alrighty, we're back, and we're getting ready for the second period here tonight. A good one for the Flin Flon Bombers. Once again, a 3-0 lead on goals by Carroll, King, and Silvestre. And we're underway. See what Estevan does to get themselves back in the hockey game here early. Flin Flon ice. It'll give us a chance to look what's happening at the Frontline Sports and Leisure out-of-town scoreboard. One thing to get used to here, Mike, slip the time change.
Yes.
So none of these other games in the SGHL have technically started yet. They're not going to be going for another 20 minutes or so. So once again, you got Nipwood at Humboldt tonight, Weyburn at Battleford, and of course that big one at the Palace at Melford getting set for Bull Run Ice Wolves. With some other stuff going, we got high school sports to get to, MJHL, NHL all coming up here. Our next stoppage of play. Davis inside the Flin Flon zone. He'll be a catalyst. Got a Bruin Koner dumped on the play. Looks like the referees are going to let him play tonight. I think that's a regular season. They probably call that. Miley at center will hammer it back in. Janchik will pick it up back of his own net. Here's King. The quick release to Olesen. From Mercier at center. Boy, it's so good to have Jake Mercier back in the lineup. Been a long time for him. About 6 weeks, I'm thinking, since he played a game. He tries to track down Davis. Olesen in there as well. Knocked away. Puck comes out. This is Koner for the Bruins. His shot. Partially blocked by Tanchuk. Koner will race in there. Very good energy guy for the Bruins throughout the regular season. Tanchuk goes down. Davis to the point. Whittingham a shot. Blocked in front, but Flin Flon can't clear. This is Runke. He'll throw it back in deep. So the Bruins get their number one line out there trying to get some offense here going in the early going. Koner taking down Von Sprecken. You can see him look at the official immediately. Again, they're letting the teams play. I don't think coaches will complain about that. Runke lost it back to that. Here's King. He'll swing the pass. Mercier, a good one to center. Jacob Bachner, what a move that was. Bachner then tried to come out front, hit a skate. Davis will pick it up. At his own blue line, played it ahead. This is Barrow. Inside the Flin Flon zone. Richmond knocked it away from him. Back of the goal, it goes to Houle. Quickly up the ice to Mercier. Back to Bachner at center. Houle trying to poke it back across the Bruin line. Barrow's got it. This is Barrow. Dumping the puck back inside the Flin Flon zone. Little will try to go after it. A good start here for the Bruins here in the second period. There's a little a chance, and he fires that one off the pipe. The Bruins a goal post away from getting on the board here. I think some of these Flin Flon guys have been out there for a long time. Might be a bit tired. Guy holds it in. A shot on target, kicked away. Puck laying on the back of the Bomber net. The Bruins are after it. They'll blow it down. And we saw this down the stretch, you know, for as good a hockey as Flin Flon played. Some guys get on the ice for too long.
Yeah, they get stuck out there, Rob. They sure do.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Rob. I just want to say hello to Alex Von Sprecken's grandma, Liz, is watching all by herself back in Fillmore. I hear that she isn't going to be happy that he's back to the half shield, Rob.
I guess his grandpa's here tonight. I saw him before the game.
That's who I was talking to, so I said I'd say hello.
Fry back to the net. Will swing the pass ahead to Lees. Miley took it away from him. Got it back in. Fry is after it. Can't get it out. So they said it did come out. So Manitoba Junior Hockey in action tonight. The OCF Blizzard away 2-2 in the second. Blizzard are in the postseason for the first time in a number of years. Could still finish third, depending on how they do in their final two games. Burden a 1-0 lead on Swan River, who's been playing great hockey down the stretch. Niverville on top of the Blues, 1-0 in the first, and Selkirk Tipawa. No score being reported in that one tonight. Von Sprecken trying to come back to Bridger out of his reach. It'll go back inside the Bruin zone. Babbitt is there. They battle for the puck back of the Bruin. And here's the speedy Carroll to come in there and get it. He set the table back in the opening period. Throws that one in front of the net. Intercepted, sent back to center. Von Sprecken cut it off. And you're right, I didn't even notice that he's back with a half shield. He was wearing, of course, that full face shield after he took that puck in Humboldt that game. And came back the next shift and played. Shows you how tough of a customer he is. Babbitt back of the Bruin net. Played that one ahead here to Fillion. Can't get outside the zone. Now it comes out. Fillion stays with it. Knocked away by Mueller. This is Fillion back inside Flin Flon territory. Von Sprecken will pick up the puck deep in his own zone. Off the boards, gets it out. Fillion touched it, so I think icing ball. I thought it might be waved off, but the officials feel differently. High school sports today. The senior Hatnot Kings and Queens down south for provincial basketball. The Hatnot Queens, knock on wood, still got the undefeated season going. A big win against Prairie Mountain today, 52-48. Chance to play for the provincial championship against the number one team in Manitoba. That's the Roarsnow Redhawks tomorrow, so we wish them the best of luck. And the Hatnot Kings not to be outdone in the consolation final tomorrow, battling a very good team from Emmanuel Christian. So boy, Hatnot Athletics once again phenomenal, and wouldn't it be something to see the Queens bring home that provincial crown? They've been so good all year. And we certainly wish them the best of luck on everybody here in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Here's Pierce for Flin Flon. Shot right on. Rebound came right back out front to Mueller. Hrdlicka doesn't mind kicking out those big rebounds. Von Strecken will knock it down at center. Mueller gets a hold of it. He'll slap it in. Hrdlicka out of his net. Had to be careful. Stibbe was on top of him. To the corner. Mueller knocked it down, and he knocks down his guy as he sends Whittingham on his keister. Flin Flon to turnover. There's a chance for a sharp angle by Stibbe. And that's a good save there by Hrdlicka, who I don't think can afford to give up another goal tonight.
No, I agree with you, Rob. And I want to send out my congratulations to the King and especially the Queens. My city council, my fellow city councilman, Steve Litwin is the head coach. I call him the stash, because he's packing a huge mustache these days. And boy, oh boy, that's exciting for those ladies.
And I believe you can watch these games online, too.
Oh, can you? I'd like to do that.
I think you can go to the MHSAA website, and there will be a link to watch these games. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people tuning in for that tomorrow. 3-0, Flin Flon leads it. We're just underway here in the second period. 19-8 is the shots for Flin Flon. Eddie's Family Foods shot clock. And Flin Flon's got it at the line. Tanchuk, that one got knocked down that time by Getzlaff, and he'll push it back to O'Neill at center. He'll lift it back inside the Flin Flon zone and try to chase it down. O'Neill. Back of the goal to Forrest. Here's trying to wrap around, but he'll hang on to it instead. Back of the goal, it goes. Picked up this time by Zizitsko. Along the boards. Flin Flon trying to push it out. That's held in by O'Neill. Tanchuk better be careful. He's got Forrest in on top of him. Around the boards, it goes to Silvestri. Silvestri, pass to Galenchin. Trying to split the D, but Miley back there to take care of him. And he'll grab it inside his own zone and start to make his way up the other way. Over to Forrest at center. He'll chip it back in. Noah Houle. Back deep in Flin Flon territory. Up the boards to Mercier. Got pinned up here with the official. And Little stays with it. Little knocked to the ice by Houle. Houle, a little extra push on him as he's down on the ice. Again, the referees are letting them play here. Bruins hold it in. Babick. Over to Miley. Back to Babick. Babick leads into it. Blocked that time by Mercer. The puck comes back to center. Here's Miley. Hammers it inside the Flin Flon zone. Stopped back of the goal by Laserhume. They'll play it up the boards this time to Mercier. Stays with it, tried to get it back to Mercer, but broke it up, and it comes back to the Bomber blue line. Here's Noah Houle. Other side looking for Mercier, knocked away by Babick at the Bruin blue line. They'll get it back to center, picked up this time by Chemlevsky, looking to get across the Bomber line. He'll dump it in. Houle there to get it. Back of the net, plays that pass to Tanchuk. Tanchuk up the wall, goes through the legs that time of Mercer. Puck is bouncing, Lees can't come up with it. Calora back the other way to center. Across the Bomber line, long shot! Big save, rebound, Calera after it, and he just chopped it wide. Flin Flon will clear it out. This is Carroll. Drops the pass back to Bridger at center. He made a good move. Bridger dumps it off to Lees. A quick chance. A good blocker stop that time by Hrdlicka. Flin Flon holds it in. In deep for Carroll. Carroll knocked down the side of the goal by Wilson. Bridger after it. Held up by Calera, but Carroll gets right back up. Here's Carroll to Fry. Lots of traffic in front of that Estevan net. Bruins block it, though, and they'll get the puck to blue line, but not out as Carroll spins and keeps it in. What a shift for the 18-year-old out of Regina who's got a goal tonight. He's really looked good. Knocks down another pass outside the blue line, throws it back in. You can tell that he's pumped up and excited about his first ever SJHL playoff game. Bombers dump it back in. This is Whittingham. Throws it away out front, intercepted. There's a chance by Stibbe. What a save again by Cam Hrdlicka. And boy, as this game looms on, we might remember that stop on a horrible giveaway by the Bruins. There's a wraparound out front that time by Fillion, and that's stopped here by the Bomber netminder Laserhume. Pierce back the other way at center. Will chip it in. Hrdlicka out of his net. Around the boards. Mueller got a piece, but Runke comes over and takes it from him. Here's Runke. Ahead to Fillion. Couldn't knock it down cleanly. Intercepted, but the Bruins get it right back. Runke dropped it back. Here's a chance. Runke out front, open net, he scores! And the Bruins get that big goal. How about that big save by Cam Hrdlicka, Mike? I said, remember that one? The Bombers score there 4-0. Could be lights out. Runke's looked good for them in the opening period. He gets that nice return pass out front. Huge goal for the Bruins to get back in it.
Absolutely. The Bomber defenseman Fry got stuck at the blue line, gave it a 2-on-1. Beautiful, beautiful goal. So I was just going to say that the Bruins seem to have a little more life here.
Yes,
Roger,
they do.
Just before that goal, and this might be the catalyst to give them even more.
Runke at 26 in the regular season. That's his first in the playoffs here, and that's a big goal. And the Estevan Bruins looking pretty good here in the early part of the second period. Koner, another veteran, will get the assist. So Estevan right back in the game, 3-1. Their leading scorer, Runke. A nice goal goes to exactly where goal scorers go to, right to the front of the net. Flin Flon will hold it in, though. Here's King a chance. Good save again that time. Hrdlicka, who seems to be getting his mojo after maybe a bit of a slow start, although I don't think he had a lot of help in the opening period. He's looked good in the second, though. Bombers working back to Von Sprecken, a shot, and again kicked to the corner. Hrdlicka got the right pad on that. Rebound to the blue line. Von Sprecken holds it in. Runke blocked it. Flin Flon will shovel it back in deep. Silvestri knocked to the ice. He'll pick it up back of the goal. Here's Silvestri from a sharp angle, and there's Hrdlicka again. And Hrdlicka getting very good as the game looms on here.
Yeah, he, as you say, I don't think he had a chance on any of those goals in the first period. The one by Carroll, maybe.
Well, that was off his own guy.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's what I say. I don't think he had any chance. But boy, oh boy, you're right, Rob. He's looking good. 7-4 shots.
That one shave on Stibby, like I said, as this game looms on, we might remember that one, the game saver for them possibly. Another big face-off inside the Bruins zone to the left of the goaltender, Cam Hrdlicka, keeping his team in it. 3-1, Flin Flon leads it. A strong opening period, but Estevan's been the better team here in the second so far. Flin Flon trying to work it free. Mercier can't get a stick free, comes back to King at the blue line. Swings the pass to Tanchuk, long shot wide. Back of the goal, this is the big guy Mercer. With that nice long reach, back of the goal for Vockler. Vockler out front, Mercier, back door! That goes off the side of that and grabbed quickly here by Cam Hrdlicka. And good vision there back of the net.
Yep.
Mercier, a guy that we've missed for a long time, but he's just got that good vision of the ice.
He sure does. Another fella going to Lindenwood with Drew Kuzma and Cole Dubrow. There's a number of SHL players in Lindenwood and going. It's going to be the SHL South there soon.
And Kuzma got his first goal there a couple weeks ago back
yes.
Didn't he? Flin Flon holds it in. Here's Tanchuk, a chance, and once again kicked away. Cam Hrdlicka feeling it here in the second period. If he sees it, he's going to stop it. Miley off the glass will get the puck out. Puck shoveled back to Bomber blue line. Here's King trying to come back to Mercer too far. Icing Flin Flon. 11 and a half to go here in the opening period, in the second period rather. 3-1. Flin Flon leads it. All three other goals back in the opening period, courtesy of Carroll, King, and Silvestri. All picking up their first SJHL goals. Playoff goals.
Playoff goals, yeah.
Another big face-off inside the Flin Flon zone. The left to Harmon Laserhume, who, by the way, is starting in his first ever SJHL playoff game.
Yeah, that one's surprising.
Well, didn't make it when Nip won last year.
Yes, you're right.
Here's the pass too far for Mercier. Cut off at the Bruin blue line that time by Whittingham. Barrow back to get it inside his own zone. Up the middle, nobody home, but it's on target. Laserhume will make the save and forced to hang on. And this Estevan approach to the second period has been a lot better. They were really caught back on their heels. The period obviously couldn't have come at a better time. And again, I've talked about this many times before. Jason Tartanek, the head coach of the Estevan Bruins, he's got a lot of experience. And obviously they've made a few adjustments here in the intermission. And this is the kind of team I expected to see them here to start the game tonight.
Yeah, you said it. They were playing very defensively, but they're a lot more aggressive this period.
And they're not letting Flin Flon really get any momentum in their own zone. Bombers have tried. They'll push it back down the ice. There's Miley there to get it. So Estevan a bit of a slow start, but they're picking it up here in the second period tonight. Here's Koner back to Davis. He's very dangerous. There's a big hit by Richmond. Bruins thought the stick came up there. They might be right. Anyway, we continue on here. Here's a pass for Lees. He'll tap it away from Miley. It'll go in deep. Babbitt there to get it. Ran into Carroll. Carroll once again. Oh, he's been probably the best bomber forward in this game. Never gives up. There's a nice body check on Babbitt. Babbitt, the veteran, will hold his ground. Pushed it ahead. Here's Davis. He'll flip the puck outside the Flin Flon zone. Richmond trying to get back here. Koner can't pick it up, but Runke does. Last time he was out there, he got a goal. Runke, their top offensive player, and a good one. Circling back of the Bomber net. Runke battling with Houle, finding the puck grab here by Lees, and Flin Flon will get it away. Stibby to center. He'll dump it in. Side of the net, Hrdlicka once again taking no chances, and he'll hang on with 10:16 to go. Already in the midway point of the second period. Quick game here tonight.
It sure is. I see, as I mentioned, it's Brock Wheeler's birthday today. I was thinking today, I wonder what he thinks of this crowd. He played for the Calgary Canucks, and let me tell you, nobody goes to Calgary Canuck games. It would
not even for playoffs?
No, well, they never made the playoffs.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think they're a better team this year. But They play in a big, huge arena, the Maxwell Arena. It's like a cave in there when they play.
Lots of atmosphere here. Backhander. There's Mueller right off the face-off, and we talked about how good he was for the Bombers down the stretch. He'll get in there, and once again, the Bruins don't like him taking a whack at the goaltender. Getzlaf on top of him quickly. So 3-1, Flin Flon needs it all. 3-1, Flin Flon leads it. All their goals back in the opening period, and again, Rumke, the top Estevan sniper, has got them on the board here early in the second. Said the Bruins had to get the next goal to get back in if they've done that. And a big face-off once again to the left of Cam Hrdlicka. Stimmy, who had a great chance earlier, taking the face-off here against Kalora. Bombers win the draw, right back to Fry, just holds it in, shoots that one through traffic. Goes back of the net, there's Pierce. From Mueller, stood up that time by Getzlaf. Puck picked up here by Kalora. Can't clear. Flin Flon holds it in. Mueller in his skates. Lost the handle. Bruins get it out though, Fillion. Looking for Pangura at center, and they're going to say Flin Flon hit it ahead with a glove pass, and they can't do that outside the defensive zone, so they'll quickly blow it down with 9:53 to go. How about the shots? The Eddie's Family Food shot clock here, Mike, 26-12 in favor of Flin Flon.
Yeah, and it's not an uncommon sight, Rob, to see the shots like this for Flin Flon. Here we go.
Media timeout. Flin Flon leads it, but the Bruins are on the board. You're listening to Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber playoff hockey here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Bailey Homes knows that you want your home to be just that.
Sounds good.
They're ready to move homes, and on-site builds are customized so that you get exactly what you want. Bailey Homes prides themselves on the quality of the build and providing you with every aspect of their expertise. With years of experience building and moving homes to the north, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. Call toll-free 1-855-773-0217 or visit bailey-homes.ca.
Nothing makes you feel more at home than a belly
30 seconds.
Food. And at Chicken Chef, they do exactly that. Make you feel at home. From the signature chicken and tasty pizza to fresh salads, yummy
20.
sandwiches, and hot soups, they always satisfy your appetite. And with new delicious specials every day, there's always something new for you to try. And what's a good meal
10.
without one of their decadent desserts? Fully licensed and fully delicious. Open Monday
5.
to Saturday 8 to 10 and Sunday 8 to 3. Chicken Chef, where it always feels like home.
And you go.
And we're back at the Whitney Forum. Rob Hart and Mike Slip, where it all left off against these Estevan Bruins last year. Opening round this time around. Flin Flon leads it 3-1. Play at center ice is Silvestri, who's got a goal tonight, will poke it inside the Bruins zone. He'll chase it down. I think he thought it was going to be called for an ice. He kind of let up a little bit on it, but does go in and get it. Babick will pick it up back to the Bruin net. Quickly send it out front to Forrest. Didn't see King there, but they get it back. Babick slides that pass to O'Neill. Better be careful. Couple bombers on him. He does get it out. Back to center. Tanchuk waits for it. Hammers it back in. Swatted back of the net. Alert play that time by Cam Hrdlicka, who's been dynamite for the Bruins here in the second period tonight. King to the right point will keep it in. Silvestri can't find that one. Here's Olofsson, though. He's got it in the corner. Back out. But one-timer that time by Mercier. Hrdlicka is there. And a big stick save. Back to the blue line. A shot right on. Rebound there after it. Olofsson doesn't get much wood on it. And Hrdlicka continues to stop pucks here. Another big one-timer to Mercier. He might not have had as much wood on it, but he still hit the net, and Hrdlicka still had to be in the right spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Babick got caught with a bit of a high stick there, too, in that series, but he's okay. He's letting the referee know.
Yes, he is. You're right. I think he's saying he was caught, too. 8:57 to go in the second period. 3-1. Flin Flon leads at the 50-50 already. Over 10 grand here tonight. Win or lose, someone is going to leave this building happy tonight with that money. Richmond shot got blocked. It comes back to Bomber blue line. This is Houle. He'll skate across the Estevan line, throws it in deep. Hrdlicka waited for it. He'll scoop that up and hang on, and we'll get a face-off back inside the Estevan zone. The Eddie's Family shot clock is 12-5. Flin Flon in the second, 29-12 so far in the game. But Estevan one goal away from really making it interesting here tonight. They've been a lot tighter defensively here in the second period. Bachler back in uniform tonight, takes the face-off here against Little. Bombers win the draw. Poole, though, can't hold it in.
Nice.
Bachler back to center. Took that one away from Barrow. Barrow thought he was going to be off the races. Bachler back the other way. Inside the Estevan zone, Barrow comes back and takes it from him. Barrow back to the net. He'll bring it up the ice. Barrow to center. In Flin Flon territory. Makes a good move. Barrow, what a chance. A great toe save by Harmon Lazenhume. That might be his best of the game. Meanwhile, the Bombers back the other way. Lee's at center. Boy, Barrow breaking away from the defense, and great chance here for the Bruins. Lot different hockey game here in the second period. Bruins believe now. This is Carroll back across the line. By himself a quick chance, and that's off the mask that time, I heard. Rebound, the Bruins can't clear. Bridger down the left boards. He gets a chance on target, and Hrdlicka again. Boy, that was a big save by Harman Laserhume there.
Sure was. Well, boy, the goalie equipment these days, Rob, when I played, you get the one like that, you're still going to get cut with a mask.
I thought you played when they still didn't use masks.
No, I started. But no, I had a Jacques Flint mask, Rob. That's how long ago it was. But I know it's loud, but no injury at all.
Are they going to make it? Speaking of masks, Jason Tortada's got the goalie helmet. Hrdlicka has got the mask popped up here. I wonder if he's going to change helmets.
Yeah, I wonder if he's some damage done or it looks like he might have cut. He is cut, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's got the referee brings a towel out. So Hrdlicka took that one right off the mask. He's cut, I think, above the nose.
Yeah. After I said no, they don't get
well,
cut
it
anymore.
all depends. Anyway, the Estevan trainer's out there. We're going to take a break. 7:51 to go, second period. Hrdlicka getting some maintenance done. And he's been the big story for them in the second period, so we expect him to bounce back. He's certainly been one of their best players here tonight. We'll take a break. It's 3-1 Flin Flon. You're listening to Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Playoff Hockey here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Triad Realty and Liberty Tax are happy.
Sounds good.
This Bomber broadcast. Every year they hope you fall in love again with your home, with your community, and with your friends and neighbors. The North is a beautiful and unique way of life with deep roots and simple pleasures. Triad Realty and Liberty Tax are proud to be a part of our community. Go Bombers, go.
The question of what you want to own is actually
30 seconds.
of how you want to live your life. That's why you go to Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, because you deserve to live right. From sofas, sectionals, mattresses,
20.
love seats, to refrigerators, dishwashers, accent pieces, cabinets, and tons more, Creighton Furniture has everything you need to make your life easier and more relaxing. Now the question
10.
is that how you want to live your life? I think we all know the answer. Live your life
5.
to the fullest with Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 4.
And your go.
Here's a chance for Bridger. He'll fire that over top of the Estevan net, so Hrdlicka could get some patchwork done. He was definitely cut somewhere above his nose, and he's okay, and we're back underway here in the second period. Flin Flon in front 3-1, 7:28 to go. Bridger inside the Bombers zone. Runke bumped with him in the corner. The puck is laying there deep in Flin Flon territory. The Bombers try to converge on it. Runke, the Estevan goal scorer here in the second period, will try to dig it free. And finally the referee will blow it down, and those other games are finally getting underway here tonight. The good old time change here, and we're back, of course, to remember those games in Estevan next Tuesday and Wednesday. Might be listed on the SJHL website at 7 o'clock, but that's 8 o'clock Manitoba time.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing up.
I just don't understand the time change at all. You know, they keep telling us they're going to get away with it or do away with it. And here it is back again. Somebody tell me what purpose it serves. Because I haven't been able to find one, but I'm not a farmer either, so that might have something to do with it. Babbitt from the blue line is long shot, didn't miss. Oh, good save there. Harman Laserhume as he stretches out against O'Neill. Bruins coming close again. Tell you what, they're a lot better club here in the second period, and they're giving Flin Flon all they can handle. Fry takes his guy down hard along the boards. Again, the Bruins looking for a penalty. Back to Miley! And that one got blocked in front. Bruins with some pressure inside the Flin Flon zone. Miley back out front. Here's Babbitt. Picks it up, swings it out front. Mueller kind of got crossed up. Finn Bandon in the corner. Good pressure here by the Bruins. Barrow will pinch it for the blue line, pokes it in. Here's Miley. Miley back to the net, trying to send it out front. Von Sprecken grabbed the hold a little. Boy, I can't see how Flin Flon has been called for a penalty here. They've done numerous infractions here these last couple moments that are not getting called. Bruins, though, making them pay. Good move back of the goal that time by Little. Up front to Miley. He rips that one over top of the net.
There was another one the Bombers should have been called on right behind the bench, or behind the net. Who is that? Keegan Little was.
Yeah, he's still shaken up.
He was hauled down. I think he's frustrated.
He might be tired too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Bombers were tired. They were running around like.
So let me throw this at you, Mike. The Bombers down the stretch. When's the last time you saw them get hemmed in their own zone like this?
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
Long time. They were very tired there. They needed a change, and they couldn't get the puck out.
Bruins are coming. Flin Flon will chip it out, though. The puck comes back to center, picked up by Getzlaff. Puck will roll back inside the Flin Flon zone. This is King. Silvestri just tapped it out. Galenchin at center will throw it back across the Estevan line. Here's Guy back to get it. Around the boards this time for Pangora. He gets it ahead, but puck hit Galenchin's skate, stays inside Bruin territory. 5:54 to go, second period. Not a good period here for Flin Flon so far. As Estevan, the total polar opposite of the opening periods, they're throwing the majority of the body checks. They're winning the battles for the loose pucks, and they're getting some timely saves, although Harman Laser-Humes made a couple good saves in the second as well.
Really, look at that shot clock, 15-7 for the Bombers.
A lot from the outside,
a
though.
lot, and Herlicha has played awesome.
Well, again, I'm going to go back to that save he made on Stevie. That could be a big, big moment for them.
And he came down and scored.
Galenchin to take the face-off against the Estevan captain. Runke been good tonight, got their only goal. King come close a couple times in the opening period. He's been good. Here's King. Gets a hold of it. Shot, left pad, stop again. Herlicha reached out for that one. He saw it all the way. Puck will roll back of the Bruin net. Runke there will throw it to the corner. Whittingham is after it. Davis turns it over. King intercepts. Back up front. Silvestri! Oh, there he is again. Herlicha reaching out another. Point blank stop is Silvestri and Wilson will mix it up. And what did I tell you? Mike Palmateer moving steady. I love the way this guy plays.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a throwback, Rob.
And again, you can see why he was a nominee for the SKHL Goaltender of the Year.
Absolutely.
Bruins going to make some changes here. A big face-off. If you're Jason Tartanek, you got to be happy with this effort here in the second period.
Yeah, he probably had some words for the boys, and they came out a lot better.
Like I said, they made adjustments here. That's what good coaches do. Flin Flon will hold it in deep. Mercier back to the net. Babbitt not letting him go anywhere. And the Bruins will lift the puck back out. It'll float back to center. Tanchuk gets caught. Barrow on top of him. And again, that probably could have been a penalty. He held him up. Miley will flip it in. Grabbed here by Laser-Hume. He'll throw it to the side of the net. Around the boards for Mercier. There's a nice pass to Vockler. Vockler just gets it out. Miley knocked it down, and here's a turnover. Little's got it. Little, nice move. Hangs on to it, falls down, can't get the shot away. Tell you what, Flin Flon defensively have not looked good here in this second period at all. Here's Vockler along the boards. Lifts it out. Miley will wait for it at the Estevan blue line. That one got a piece of Mercier. Goes right back to Miley, though. He'll play it ahead. Puck will roll back at the Flin Flon zone. Vockler there to get it. Here's the pass to King. Big goal for him back in the opening period, but can't make anything happen. Puck is set back to the Bomber blue line. Here's Noah Houle after it. Try to hit Carroll with the pass. Broken up by the Bruins at center. Richmond back. Just gets it out. Here's Bridger. Feeds it back to Lees. Lees throws it back inside the Bruins zone. Babbitt says thank you very much. He waits for it. Plays the blue line. Again, it gets away from Richmond. Down the ice, and Laser-Hume thought about coming out. Now he does. Up the boards. Giveaway. Here's it stands. Blocked in front by Richmond as that one got knocked away by Zizinsko, and I can't understand why he held on to it as long as he did. He had Laser-Hume going to the back of the net, and he kind of hung on to it. He should have shot it right away. Richmond in the corner for Houle. Bridger again, tried to clear it out. He'll carry it. Here's a nice pass to Lees, 2-on-1 with Carroll. Lees down the way to Carroll, and Herlicha gets there to get a piece of it and shovels it to the corner. Nice chance that time. A nice pass by Lees to find Carroll on the far side. It remains 3-1 Bombers, 3.5 to go, second period, 34-15. The Eddie's Family Food shot clock in favor of Flin Flon, but it's only a 2-goal game. Here's Pierce, his shot wide, picked up here by Stibby, spins, fires, easy stick save made again by Herlicha. Richmond, along the boards, gets away from Davis. Bruins get it back, that's Whittingham, lifted inside the Flin Flon zone. I don't think it'll have enough for icing, no it doesn't. Here's Fry. Up the boards, nice pass, Mueller. He picks it up across the Estevan blue line. Stop, throws it out front to Pierce. Can't jam it in, though. Herlicha there, and now Pierce tied up in the side of the goal. Now we got Vaughn Sprecken getting into it here with Mitch Koner. Didn't you tell me that was a battle to watch for at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, it is. They've been going at it every game that they've played this year, which isn't a ton. But as I say, Alex, I asked him about it, and he said, I like the guy. He's my friend.
Two fierce competitors, like we mentioned. 2:59 to go, second period. It remains a 3-1 Flin Flon lead. Boy, they're fortunate to be still in front by 2 goals, so a couple of bad defensive giveaways and kind of caught the puck up a few times outside their zone. Bruins have played well, and they win another face-off here. They'll bank it off the boards and get it out. Fry back in his own blue line, fed that back to Von Sprecken. Gets it ahead up the middle, nobody home. That'll be an icing call. It's not.
I don't know why.
Galenchen back out front. Look out. Olofsson can't get the shot away. How do you miss that? Silvestri rips that one over top of the right shoulder. I can't believe the Bruin bench again. Actually, he is upset this time. I don't blame him. That's 2 blatant offsides that they've missed here. And they almost scored because of it. Here's Olofsson grabbing it deep inside the Bruin zone. Back to Fry at the right point. Can't hold it in. Tied up along the boards. Forrest and Fry trying to pin the puck up. Well, Fry's pinning the puck up, and Forrest is trying to dig it free. Finally, the referee will blow it down with 2:06 to go. And Little didn't like that Silvestri took an extra whack at him. Boy, the Bombers have been pretty fortunate here.
Yeah.
With the referees. I mean, they should have had probably at least 4 or 5 penalties in the second period.
When they were hemmed in there, Rob, you're absolutely right. Yeah, the Bombers just sort of have lost a step here. I'll tell you, Cole Kanchuk seems to be taking a double shift on defense. I've noticed him out there with multiple partners.
Yeah, he has been out there a lot. So I'm wondering who's not playing then, or maybe who's not feeling 100% tonight. They've had so many injuries and so many sicknesses go through this team. You just don't know what's going on. Anyway, 1:51 to go in the second period. Puck will come back across the Bomber blue line. This is Vockler. Vockler throws that back to Mercier. King at center. His backhander easily intercepted and sent back to center. King waited for it, knocked it down again. King got crossed up. Puck comes back across the Bomber line. Thatcher tapped it ahead to Mercier. Here's the give and go to Vockler. Across the line. Stop, shoots. Off the left arm that time of Herdlicka. Rebound. Mercier picked it up in the corner, knocked away by Barrow, but he can't clear. Mercer throws it in deep. Vockler in front of that Estevan net. Meanwhile, Mercier's got the puck back of the net. Mercier down, shovels it out front. Intercepted this time by Shimlevsky. He'll take off the center. It's over a minute to go. Shimlevsky fires it in, back of the Bomber net. Picked up by Runke. Runke, like we said, dangerous. Off the side of that, what a chance that was. I think Laser Hume got a skate on it. Puck lifted back to center. There's Babbitt feeding it back to Miley. Miley up the boards to Koner. He'll let it go in. They get that one right. There's an icing call. 51.1 seconds to go. 37-15. But I'll tell you what, Estevan's got a lot to feed off of coming out for the third period tonight.
Absolutely. And, in that little series where the Bombers had a little pressure on, a couple of penalties could have been called on Estevan there, too. As you say, the referees are letting them play.
We haven't had a minor penalty called in the game yet.
No.
Face-off back inside the Bruins zone. Runke against Carroll. He wins the draw. Carroll does. Gets that one back to Richmond and lifted over top of the Estevan net. So these teams can't certainly complain about the officiating, at least in game one, because no minor penalties have been called. That's fired down the ice that time by Babbitt.
I wonder why. I wonder why he did that. There you had a guy open on the other side.
Well, I'm thinking maybe he was a little bit. He looked a little shaken up, and somebody lost a stick back there.
Could be.
36.2 seconds to go. Face-off back inside the Bruins zone. 20-8. The Eddie's Family Food shots for Flin Flon, and it is 37-15 for the Bombers so far in the game, but again, just a 3-1 hockey game. Big face-off here between the Bombers, Silvestri and Runke. Runke will dump it back to center. This is Noah Houle. Houle cuts it off. He gets decked. Davis on top of him. Look out. Runke gives him a couple of good shots to the ribs, and Houle didn't like that as he comes up, and there's Silvestri, and didn't see a lot of scrums in the first period, but we're seeing lots in the second tonight.
Are we going to get a penalty here, Rob?
I don't think so.
No.
So 27 seconds to go. Face-off should come, I would think, just outside the Estevan, or just outside the Bomber blue line, I guess.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know anybody who's getting more ice than Dawson Carroll tonight. He seems like he's been out there and he's been playing.
Well, Babbitt for Estevan plays a lot.
Yeah.
Runke against Galenchen, face-off outside the Bomber blue line. They win it. This is Townchuck to center. Took a good hit that time by Little before he got it in. Now Runke and Silvestri run into each other. They're going to say that's offside. They'll blow that down with 20 seconds remaining here in the second. Second intermission show for the North of 53 Co-op coming up. We're going to chat with our good friend Nolan Cole. chat about this series and take a look at the other 3 opening series tonight as well, kind of our SJHL playoff preview show. Nolan very knowledgeable for the SJHL. Here's Davis, quickly off the faceoff. His quick shot! Laser Hume got the stick on that one. Bruins trying to get one late goal here. Boy, would that really put the pressure on Flin Flon. There's a bad giveaway at the side of the Bomber net. And they shove the goaltender, Laser Hume, into the net. But a bad giveaway in the corner by the Bomber D-man there, Mikey Fard off the side of his own net.
Yeah, and just off the corner of the post there, Laser Hume got run into
Little flag into him.
No penalty.
So play continues, the 2 teams. Boy, if you're Estevan, you really got to like this second. This is probably the best period of hockey they played in Flin Flon in the last 2 years.
They played some good, you're right.
I mean, you go back to last year's playoff series, they were out of every game early.
Yeah, you're right.
This is the most competitive and the best that they've played that I've seen in playoffs the last 2 years.
I'll tell you who's going to be happy is the Flin Flon Bombers when this period is over.
You should be. Rumpke against Silvestri deep in Flin Flon territory again. King knocked down back net. The puck is underneath him. The seconds kick off, and Flin Flon needs to get out and get now we got another guy getting hammered. There might be penalties being handed out now. Vavic came over and took somebody down. I think it might have been Galenchen.
Yeah, Vestas.
And we are going to get penalties now, Mike, here at the end of the period.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to call both. He is.
Little going to get the penalty for Estevan. That's right, the period's not technically over yet.
No, just the Estevan Bruins got the penalty there.
A cross-checking penalty to Little, so that's the first penalty of the hockey game.
You know, that siren in the stands went off, Rob, and I thought it was the period, that siren. I thought the period was over, but...
Well, and you know, it's interesting you said that, because unfortunately I couldn't get the full Jason Turtanek interview again tonight because we're starting games 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
And the point that he made, and it's a valid one, he says, look, make all the noise you want, he said, but you got to be careful at certain times if guys don't hear whistles. And with that guy blowing that siren like that at bad times, guys think the period's over. Somebody could get hurt, Mike.
Yeah, well, you're right. Absolutely right, Rob.
And that's the point that he made.
I couldn't figure out why the players were still playing. But you're right. You're right. You know, we get phantom whistles every once in a while in the stands.
And that's his valid point. I mean, I hope nobody gets hurt.
That's the danger.
Silvestri will take the face-off here against Rumpke. It is a power play for Flin Flon. We'll get to that in the third tonight. And that could be a big penalty in this game if Flin Flon can get that power play going, because remember, we're going to see Mercier and Boxer on that power play.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jason Turtanek, I think, wants to talk to the referee. He thought it should have been an even-up call. We'll take a break. The second intermission show for the co-op is straight ahead. Bruins get a little bit closer, though. One of the guys that they need to have a good series has done so. Rumpke, the captain, has scored. 3-1 Flin Flon in front after 2. We'll take a break. You're listening to Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Playoff Hockey here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
You're busy, and nobody knows that
6.
more than you. And you forget things.
Yep.
Appointments, where you put your keys, even to eat. Just a friendly reminder from Eddie's Family Foods to get a bite from the grab-and-go section or the full flavor of the meat department. Eddie's knows that for your family, you can't forget. So remember, they have fresh, store-made items you can't get anywhere else. Eddie's Family Foods, your uptown grocery store, still big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers in the SJHL playoffs, and we know they'll play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market 45 years running. Northland Ford helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they fight to bring a championship home where it belongs, and will provide you with the best selection on the lot to choose from in the North, for the North, Northland Ford.
What are you doing with that KFC famous chicken sandwich?
30 seconds.
Unwrapping it, enjoying it, and saving the spicy one for later.
No. Take a picture of the famous chicken sandwich from KFC, hashtag it, reel it,
20.
boost it, make a long video, reaction video, tutorial video.
Nah, I don't want to do what everyone else does. I just want to have my triple breaded buttermilk marinade
10.
filet.
What about your likes?
The only like I care about is my own.
5.
KFC famous chicken sandwich is so good.
And your go.
And welcome back to the Whitney Forum, our second intermission show for the co-op. Rob Hart, Mike Slip, and boy, two different hockey games here. The opening period, the Bombers were flying high. Really didn't seem to do anything wrong. Boy, Estevan made adjustments after that first intermission, came out, played well. Didn't allow Flin Flon a lot of top offensive zone time, threw some good hits, get a goal, and actually hit a goal post as well. So the Bruins are right back in this, and like I mentioned to you on the air, and I'll repeat it again, that's the best period of hockey I've seen to play in Flin Flon in the last 2 years.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I never thought of it like that, but you're absolutely right, because those playoffs, we were so excited because the Bombers were blowing them out, but I think you're right. Hurley's playing great. I mean,
yeah, he's keeping them in.
34 saves on the night. Like, that's a hockey game, and it doesn't matter if they're from the outside or not. He's still got to stop them, and he has. I mean, he's been playing awesome.
Let's take a look at that second period scoring summary. Just the one goal. Runke, a guy that Estevan needs to get going. The only guy that finished in the top 20 in scoring. Flin Flon had 5 guys, although 4 of them aren't playing in the game tonight. But anyway, Runke gets his first from Koner, and basically just a nice job by Koner in the corner. He fired it out front. Runke got where he needs to be, right in front of the net, put it through the 5-hole here of Harman Laser-Hume. No chance for him, but a big goal for the Bruins and Runke. And they needed to get the next goal, and they've done that.
Absolutely. That was a beauty, that goal. As you say, Harman Laser-Hume had no chance on it. But just back to Harman Laser-Hume, he's made some good saves, too. Only 16 shots, but the toe save, there's been a couple of nice saves. His team has put him in some bad spots, especially in that second period. So Bombers have to play smarter hockey in this third period.
They're going to have to get better in their own end, too,
yeah,
for sure. Like
exactly.
I said, they had that one sequence there where the Bruins had him hemmed in there for 2 or 3 minutes, and I can't believe anybody down the stretch, maybe a little bit in that Melfort game, but really down the last 10 or 11 games, you did not see them get hemmed in their zone, especially in this rink.
No.
And give Estevan credit. They made adjustments, and I'll tell you what, they're here to play. And again, this need to win one game in Flin Flon, Mike. If it doesn't come tonight, it could give them a lot of mojo for tomorrow. Flin Flon really they're going to have to pick it up.
Absolutely. They got to play smarter, keep moving, and get good shots on net and make it tough for Cam Hrdlicka in front of that net. Get those big bodies out there like Mercer and make it tough for them.
Flin Flon outshoots the Bruins 20-9, so it's a 2-period total of 37-16. Again, they lead at 3-1 when Flin Flon leads after 2 periods of play this year. Been tough to beat. Holy cow, what a record. 28-0-1 when the Bombers lead after 2 this year. That's amazing. When Estevan trails after 2, their record is 2-19-1. But, like I said, they played pretty well. They got a lot to build off for the third period. It should be interesting for sure. So the Bombers lead at 3-1 after 40 minutes of play. We'll come back with Nolan Cole, the play-by-play voice of the Estevan Bruins. Our SJHL playoff preview show is next here on 102.9 CFAR Flin Flon, online.com.
Keeping you
Clear.
safe from the elements is a top priority for
Sounds good.
Custom Doors and Windows. That's why they're a proud supplier of Huron windows and doors. With good delivery times and products that are cold weather approved, they put you at peace of mind. From the installation of new windows and doors to the replacement of old leaky ones, Jim's technicians have you covered. Stay protected with Huron windows and doors at Jim's Custom Doors and Windows, your trusted local windows, doors, and blind store. 687-7071.
20 seconds.
Hudbay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much
10.
more, Hudbay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to
5.
events and organizations. Hudbay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
And your go.
Hello and welcome to our second intermission show. Long time no see, the play-by-play voice of the Estevan Bruins, Nolan Cole. Nolan, of course, Estevan was here a couple times the second half of the season, and I don't know about you, but that exciting league final to me seems like it just literally wrapped up yesterday, and here we go again.
I think I counted the days since Game 7, Rob, 307, so a lot less than a year. And, I think it's a matchup that I was looking forward to. I know you were. I know a lot of the people around the league were looking forward to this matchup. The players, I think, on both sides, the returning guys. And we've got it, and I think it's a great storyline. I think there's more buzz around a first-round matchup than there's been in a long time in the league, right, given the recent history between these two. Obviously, the shoe's on the other foot this time around in that Flin Flon has home ice. I do think that's going to be a big factor, but we'll see. The Bruins, as we talked about off air, just got to steal one this weekend, and then we got a brand-new series.
We do, and again, there's a lot of carryover from these two clubs. Of course, they both lost a lot of great talented players. It was a great final. I think one of the best league finals I witnessed in the last 20 years, and I guess there's enough carryover guys that has some bad blood kind of spilled over.
Well, I mean, I talked with Keegan Little and Kate Runke this week, and I know Runke, the captain, told me they were hoping for this matchup, so he's ready to go. He was looking forward to it. Keegan Little, same thing. I mean, he was just talking about how much everyone was looking forward to it and the buzz and how the fans all wanted it. So I think the players are really on board with it. I think a lot of the returning guys, like I said, they just want another crack at the Bombers. Even though the Bruins won the series, it's still so fresh that they had so much fun, and it was such a battle that they want to do it again. And obviously for the Bombers, who are on the losing side, of course they're going to want another crack at the Bruins, right? So I think both teams, particularly the Bombers, probably have more returning guys than Estevan does. But I know the message from some of the veteran guys on Estevan is, hey, we got to show them what this rivalry is all about and make sure we get them up to a certain level to play in this environment here this weekend.
You mentioned the Bruins winning the league title. That's big, but I know that they'd love to win. Icing on the cake to at least win one game here. They didn't win. They've lost both regular season games here this year. I mean, I guess that's a bit of an incentive as well. They did get the rings, obviously well-deserved. But let's face it, they want to win here in the Whitney Forum.
Absolutely, they do, and they didn't do it last year, Rob. They weren't able to win here in the finals. They're going to have to win at least one game here. We know that, mathematically speaking. They can't win the series without winning a game here. And that's the biggest question mark for me, is can this Bruins team come into this environment? Raucous, as hostile as you'll find in Junior A anywhere in the country. Can they come in here, weather that storm, and win a hockey game? And that's the biggest question I have heading into this series. I think it trumps all the other factors, and there's many other factors, but that's the biggest question, is can this Estevan team come in here and win? I know Jason Tatarnic is taking it very seriously. I think he's got a bit of a bad taste in his mouth from what happened last year in those games. There's nothing more he would like to do than stick it to the Bombers and their fans, but it's not going to be easy. We've seen the lift that Flin Flon players get playing in this environment. I saw it firsthand last year, and I expect something very similar. We'll see if the Bruins can kind of weather that storm and try to steal one.
Now, one of the big storylines, whether people like it or not, is there's a lot of premier players from Flin Flon that will not be able to go tonight. No Cole Dupereau, just got a scholarship to Lindenwood University. Despite missing the last 9 games, still finished 6th overall league scoring. Vital not to have him. Their second leading scorer. Matter of fact, the Flin Flon, let's put it in a nutshell here, Nolan. The Bombers had 3 guys score over 20 goals. None of them are in uniform tonight.
Yeah, and that's true. And I mean, you know, Cole Dupereau is the big one for me because I was really impressed with him in the last game in Estevan. He had a multi-point night. I believe another guy you're referencing there is Trombley. He's going to be out as well. Egan's another depth guy that's out. So they're banged up front. There's no doubt. I know they're going to get Bockler back tonight. So he'll be a big help. Mercier as well, I believe, is back in the lineup. So they've gotten a couple guys back. Who knows how healthy they are. So that is a storyline. That is a storyline. The Bombers' injuries up front. I know the Bruins are missing Robbie Stewart. He's not here. So they're a little thin on the back end. I don't know how much factor injuries will be, Rob. I think in the playoffs, everyone ups their game. And I think in this rink, I think the Bombers get such a lift. No matter who's out there wearing maroon, they're going to get a boost from the energy here in the rink. But again, it bears mentioning for the Bombers, you know, that's a lot of scoring out of the lineup. And I think you got to ask yourself, who can score big goals on this Flin Flon team? And also for the Bruins, who's going to step up and score some of those big goals that the Bruins need? We might see some unsung heroes, Rob. We've seen depth players, guys in the third, fourth line, really step up, elevate their game. And I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 of those guys on each side too.
Long series, short series, how do you see it going?
Yeah, I hate making predictions, but I just think it's just so tough for the Bruins to win in this rink. I think if the Bombers win both games here this weekend, I think it'll be a relatively shorter series, and I think if Flin Flon wins the first 2, I think the Bombers can wrap it up in maybe 5-6 games. But if the Bruins get a split early this weekend in games 1 and 2, we could be in for a 6-game, 6 or possibly another 7-game series between these two. But I really think, Rob, I think the big thing is how the first 2 games go. The Bombers win the first 2. I think it's going to be tough for Estevan to come back. If the Bruins get a split, buckle up, we're in for a wild ride.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes because there's not a lot of carryover days. If these 2 teams split the first few games like a lot of people think is going to happen, you get back here, the Bombers get back here Thursday at supper time, get on the ice here for Friday, got to jump back on a bus and go to Estevan for Game 6, which will be played on Sunday. I thought fatigue would be a factor. The difference being it was the end of the run last year. Right. This is just the opening round. Boy, like you said, buckle up. It could be really interesting. Quickly, let's talk about the other series. All 3 other series are going tonight. I guess the one that really intrigues me is the Melfort-Laurent series. I mean, that's really close to call. I know you've seen both teams. You do every game that Estevan plays in. So how do you see that one going?
Yeah, other than this matchup, we're going to have the privilege of broadcasting. I think that's probably the other best first-round matchup. I got my eyes on that one as well. I think it's really tight. I think Kevin Kaminsky's teams are always built for the playoffs. It's never easy going through them in the spring. And evenly matched, I think I would lean Laurent just because of the way they're built and how tough they are. And I know Melford's had a couple tough losses in the playoffs, like particularly last year, losing in the first round. So they're not going to want to have that same fate this year. But that's going to be a heavy, tight series. I think out of all the first 4 matchups in the league, Rob, I think that'll be the closest.
The one thing that Larange has got going for him, Dawson Smith. If Josh Cote's the best goalie in the league, then he's number 2. I think the Wolves win because of how good he is, and I think they might intimidate the Mustangs too. I know it's what certainly the game plan's going to be. Let's talk about a team you know well, the Weyburn Red Wings. They've got the inevitable task of trying to take down the number 2 team in the country. Nobody giving them a chance. How do you feel?
Nobody giving them a chance except the guys in Weyburn. They'll tell you.
Good for them. They should be backing their team.
They'll tell you they'll tell you they're going to win the series or at least push it to 7. Yeah, no, look, I think I went on the record with you at the start of the year saying I didn't think Weyburn was going to make the playoffs. So hats off to Cody Mapes and that staff for getting that organization back in the playoffs. They've done a great job. I really like Daza Mitchell and net. Obviously, Riley Morgan was a big acquisition. So they're back in the dance, and once you're in, anything can happen. But I just think Battleford's the year they've had, Rob, one of the best teams in Junior A all season long. I just know they're poised for a long run. And I think it's sometimes scary when you only lose a few games in the regular season. You think to the Tampa Bay Lightning and all those upsets that we've seen in hockey in recent years. But I just think they're so driven and so focused on a long playoff run with the season they've had. They don't want it to end quickly after winning however many games they won, 50 games or whatever it ended up being, right? So I really do think the Wings will be in top, and I think the Stars can end that series early. I really do.
Well, you said one key thing, focused, and that's the one thing that no matter who I talk to around the league, that the Battleford Stars are focused. They're not arrogant. They're not cocky. Weyburn, like you said, good to see him back in the postseason, but they can't match lines. I mean, other than the Riley Morgan line, I don't know who gets it done. I've been wrong before, but again, you got Josh Cote, maybe the best goalie in Western Canada this year. I'm taking the Stars in 5. I will give Weyburn a chance at home because they've been very good there in the second half. That leads us to another intriguing series. The Nipawin Hawks, they're back in the postseason this year. Tad Kozin not only got them in the playoffs, but kind of reinvented the way that they play. The Doug Johnson systems was sit back, win tight, boring 2-1, 3-2 games. They're full out. Their forwards come at you. They got some guys that can score. The Broncos are a very good team as well. Like I've said to you, if Battleford's the best team, I think they're the second best, and they did finish second overall. I like Humboldt because of how tough they are to play against. But there's a lot of people think that Nipawin might be able to put a scare into them. How do you think?
I think they could. I think Nipawin's been one of the best teams in the second half, and Tad Kozin's done an excellent job since taking over. I think that series could go 6-7 games. I really do think the Hawks could push the Broncos. Humboldt's, obviously after losing to the Bombers last year, they're going to be motivated to get back to the finals. I think it's a favorable matchup for Humboldt. They're at home. We were up there a few weeks ago, and excellent goaltending. They got a lot of guys that can put the puck in the net. So again, you got to favor the Broncos, but that's why these playoff matchups are so exciting. There's often upsets, and you never know. That's why they play the game. So on paper, the Broncos are the deeper team. But I tell you what, as you know, you've made a lot of trips to the cage in Nipawin. That's not an easy place to play. So I think for the Broncos, it's probably important, just as it is for Flin Flon, to win their home games in that series. Try to set the tone early.
There he is, Nolan Cole, the play-by-play voice of the Estevan Bruins, kind of giving us a load on his picks on those SJHL playoff series. Always fun to do a playoff prediction show, and there are a few mismatches, I guess, in the opening round, but you just never know when they drop the puck here. For the real season, it's 3-1 Flin Flon. We're just underway in the third period. The Bruins a very good second tonight, and the Bombers are going to actually start the third period on the power play. There was a late penalty handed out to Keegan Little for cross-checking. So the Bombers, who had one of the top power plays, round up second overall to Humboldt here in the regular season. Going to get a chance. They were 25.5% in the regular season. The Estevan penalty killing record this year had them ranked 7th overall at 79.5%. So good chance for the Bombers here on the power play. Here's Silvestri. The first odd man situation of the entire hockey game. Trying to get it from Mercier. We said he was lethal on the power play before he got injured. He's in there, but the Bruins are holding him up. The puck just squirt free. Walker will get it back to blue line here to Noah Hull. Over to Richmond. Covered. Not a lot of room. He'll throw it in deep. Intercepted that time and fired off the boards by Miley, but he can't get it out. Barrow, the big check on Silvestri. And boy, this Estevan penalty kill, Mike. They're not letting Flin Flon do much.
That was a great play by Barrow there. He just was aggressive and took him off the puck.
Richmond regroups back in his own net. 55 seconds to go on the power play. Stretch pass to Galench. Here's a good one to Silvestri. Silvestri down the wing. A quick chance. Save made. Cam Hurdlicka looking like a wall in there right now. Davis will get it. He'll slap it down the ice. Laserhume waits for it. 40 seconds to go in the power play, just underway in the third. You'd like to think with how tightly it's been called that the Bruins will get the next power play, so Flin Flon needs to make something happen here. Von Sprecken. That's intercepted. Runke wasn't fooled. He'll send it back down the ice, and again, the power play not getting going at all. Give the Estevan penalty killing unit credit. They've looked good. King to center. Dropped it back to Galenchin. Back out front. There's a chance. Von Sprecken kicked away. Good save again by Hrdlicka. Flin Flon gets a good chance. Galenchin can't knock it down cleanly. Comes outside the line, and Mercer's offside as they bring it back in. So 7 seconds to go in the power play. Big lift here for the Bruins early in the third period if they can kill off the final 7 seconds.
Absolutely. Always great to hear you interview Nolan Cole, one of the good guys in the SJHL. Really enjoy when we are able to get together with him. I like talking to him. He's a really nice young man. You're Estevan Bruins fans. You're lucky to have him.
And he knows a lot about the
Sure
league.
does.
Bruins win the faceoff outside their own line. Wilson down the ice it goes. That'll do it for the Flin Flon Bomber power play. And they really couldn't get any offensive zone time. Again, boy, the Bruins are doing something special defensively here tonight because Flin Flon, they're really struggling the second half of this game. O'Neill back up. There's a centering pass in front. Little's down. Gets hauled down the side of the goal. And Bridger will take off the other way to center. He'll bounce it off the boards and go in deep. Bridger, I think, has actually had one of his better games here tonight. He was really flying in the opening period. Had some good chances tonight. Set up the first goal. Here's Barrow. He'll take the stretch pass at center. In over the Bomber line. Hangs on. A quick shot. Kicked away by Laserhume. Mueller can't get it out. Bruins have it. That's Calori along the wall. Flin Flon. Oh, big body check there. Barrow comes over and takes a run here at Von Sprecken. The puck laying and skates. Finally, Von Sprecken digs it free. It's a pass to Fry. Fry will lift that off the glass. Waiting for it is Mueller. He was all by himself. The rest of his line was changing. He'll throw it in deep. Babick, the veteran Estevan D-man, gets the puck to Shemlevsky. He'll poke that one ahead. There's a nice check there by Von Sprecken on Calora. The fans like that one. Pierce, he'll flip it back in. Boy, I was talking earlier tonight about how much Keegan Little was looking forward to this series. I'm sure Alex Von Sprecken was looking forward to it too, right?
Big. He's sure was.
Wait till they go back to Estevan next Tuesday, Wednesday. Galenchin on the break will pick up the puck, gets it behind the D, and he fires that one off the crossbar. Oh, the Bombers could have used that. Here's Houle. Throws it back in deep again. Galenchin, he's got that deceptive speed, got him behind the D, and their best chance so far in the third. It remains a 3-1 Flin Flon lead. Bombers, Galenchin at center. He'll flip the puck back in deep. Olofsson chasing down Getzlaf. Around the board, Silvestri was there. Back out front, nobody home. The blue line. Richmond a drive. There's a save off the chest pad that time. Hrdlicka can't corral the rebound. Bruins throw it to center. This is Davis. Trying to split the D, throws it in on target. And that's grabbed and smothered here by the Bomber netminder. Harmon Laserhume out of town here tonight. The SJHL. We have got Humboldt leading Nipawin 2-0 after one. No score after one period between Weyburn and Battleford. And that is interesting because I know a guy that's watched that game on Hockey TV. Battleford had 3 clear-cut breakaways in that opening period. Laurent leads Belford. There you go, 2-1 entering the second period.
Yeah. Boy, some exciting matchups in the end. I really think that Weyburn-Battleford series might be better than we think.
I think Weyburn can win a game at home for sure. And boy, if they can win one of those again, you never know. Playoffs are a totally different animal. Bachler hauled down. The puck is sent to the blue line, held in by King. He'll throw it towards the front of the net. That's knocked away that time by Whittingham. Here's Kanchuk. Throws it back in again. They had Mercier in there, so they had to get outside the zone. Bruins will get the puck back. This is Wilson to center. Lost that one to Lees. Lees knocked it down from the Bomber blue line. He'll shovel it back in. Bachler racing after the loose puck. He had Mercer coming to the front of the net. Bachler trying to get a stick on it. In the corner. Nice job to poke it back to blue line. Fry knocked it down. His long shot. Save made. Hrdlicka rebound is in front of the net. Runke, though, will push this over to Koner. Koner knocked down. Puck set back inside the Flin Flon zone. That's Von Sprecken. Von Sprecken up the middle. Trying to hit the home run toss to Bridger too far. Icing called. MJHL scores tonight. Regular season still going in Manitoba. They don't start their playoffs till next weekend. OCN Wayway 2-2 after 2. Burton a 4-2 lead on Swan Valley in the third. It's Niverville up top of the Blues 3-1 in the second. Selkirk Neequa 1-1 in the second period. 14:58 to go in the third here tonight. Flin Flon leading 3-1, out shooting the Bruins 41-19 on the Eddie's Family Foods shot clock. So far this period, 4-3 in favor of Flin Flon. Big face-off between Lees and Forrest. Deep in the Flin Flon zone. Off the draw. Miley will shovel it in deep. Here's Lees back in his own net. Around the boards for Bridger. He whipped on it, but picked up here by Fry. He'll carry it out. Lucas Fry to center. Across the Estevan line. Fry will hold on to it. Here's Fry! Off the stick that time of Hurt. Look at nice rush that time by the Bomber captain. Back out front. Oh, he had Lees there. Couldn't pick up the pass. Von Sprecken knocked it down. Tried to come back out front. Got blocked by Miley. Von Sprecken gets it back. Fly trying to hold it at the right point. Puck will come out. Sazitz goes after it. Flin Flon pushed it back in. Big pile up in front of that Estevan bench as Fillions knocked to the ice by Von Sprecken. Puck bouncing everywhere. Finally grabbed here by Lees. Trying to throw it back out front to Pierce, but swatted away that time by Babbitt back down in Flin Flon territory. Von Sprecken back to get it. He'll swing the pass to Richmond. Try to come back to Mueller. Mueller out muscling his guy Barrow. Barrow gets it back though. He and O'Neill take away at center. Barrow across the Bomber line will throw it in deep. O'Neill got bumped off the play, so he was out of position. Meanwhile, Barrow comes racing in on Richmond, who avoids the check. And up the boards that time for Pierce. Icing waved off. Hrdlicka thought about coming out, but Guy gets in there, and he'll drop it back of the goal. Picked up here by Getzlaff. Puck lifted back down the ice inside the Flin Flon zone. Barrow's in behind the D. He's dangerous. Barrow picked it up. Barrow in the corner. Hit it on the glove that time, and Laser Hume. O'Neill back to the blue line again. Bruins can't hold it in. Silvestri steals it. The pass to Mueller. Mueller across the line, tried to come back, but broken up this time by O'Neill. Getzlaff deep in his own zone with Silvestri taking a run at him. Here's Stivvy. Lost the handle. In the corner for Silvestri. Silvestri stood up by O'Neill. They'll play it back to Richmond. Richmond holds it in at the left point, deep in the zone this time for Delension, who hit the crossbar earlier in the period. Olesen pinned up along the board. Barrow does get it out. Here's Keegan Little, the veteran. He's going to draw a penalty. Richmond's going to go for the hook. I told you, next penalty was going to the Bruins.
Yes, you did.
Or next power play, sorry.
Yeah, you did.
So Richmond will take the hook, and we'll see what Estevan can do. They had a tremendous penalty kill. We'll see what they do on the power play.
Absolutely. I didn't see it. It was right below us, but no argument from the coach or the player, so...
I don't think Richmond was particularly happy about the call, but these players these days, none of them ever think that they deserve a penalty.
No. I'll tell you, this is big for both teams right now.
It is. Estevan, a great opportunity on the power play for the first time tonight. 12:51 to go in the third period. They're down a pair, 3-1. All the offense back in the opening period. They've been the better team here the second half of the game. Bouncing puck, and the Bombers get it out. No, they can't. Held it at the blue line. Nice job that time by Kalora. They'll try again. Davis races over there and keeps it in. Backlit it again. King picked it up and just gets it out. Babbitt knocked it down. Valiant effort gets it back to Davis. The Bruins side of center. They'll have to regroup from there. The Estevan power play, by the way, ranked 8th overall this year. And the Bomber penalty kill was ranked 4th overall. Flin Flon breaks that play up. Down the ice it goes. Hrdlicka. He'll stop that. He'll give it to Babbitt. 1:16 to go in the Estevan power play. 12:05 to go in the third period. Flin Flon once again in front 3-1. Here's the quick pass to center. Kalora. Been good tonight. Knocked away that time, though. Puck will come back to center. Runke gets it back. He's got the Estevan goal. Throws it in deep. Here's Fry. Inside his own zone, and he'll get it down the ice. Nice alert play by the captain. Hrdlicka comes out. Knocked it down. Miley will pick it up at the side of the Bruin net. 50 seconds to go in the Estevan power play. 11.5 in the third period. Miley. Here's the pass. Broken up at the Bomber blue line. Estevan's offside. Fry will pick it up anyway and feed it back to Bridger. Bridger a one-on-one here with Miley. He'll fire that over top of the Bruin. That took a funny hop. Side of the goal. Bridger raced after it. Got a piece of it, but couldn't get it on goal. Now he's knocked down the corner. The Bruins will dig it free. This is Little. Keegan Little. Up it back to Shimlevsky. Feeds it back to center ice. This is O'Neill. O'Neill looking for Little. Back to Shimlevsky. Feeds it over to Miley. Miley back to Shimlevsky. High slot! Oh my goodness! Laser Hume didn't see it. If that hits the net, it's 3-2. Little back out front. Flin Flon in quick stand in their own zone. They don't know what to do. Fry, tired, can't get it out. Here's Miley. Back out front. Quick chance by Wilson. Kicked away. Power play is over. But the Bruins continue to pour on the pressure. Richmond out of the box. He'll pick it up and lift it out. Miley knocked that down his side of center. Down to 10.5 to go. He'll flip it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Laserhume stopped that back of the goal. Here comes Bachler. Oh, he threw it away. Intercepted here by Davis. Bachler gets it back. Off the glass. Trying to come back to Mercer. Tied up by Wilson. Puck will roll inside the Bruins zone. Picked up here by Whittingham. Whittingham back of his own net. Out front it goes. Here comes Wilson. He'll take off. Wilson to center. Across the bomber line. Here's Davis. Davis knocked it up. Throws it back out front. Save made. Laserhume. He's got to grab the rebound. Runke gets it tight on him. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you know that one play on the power play. It was either in the late stages or as time had expired. That shot by Estevan, Laserhume had no idea where it was.
No,
he
didn't move. No, there was a crowd in front of him. He didn't see it. That, as you say, Rob, that hits the net. That's going in.
10:09 remaining. Quick third period again. The shots are 7-6 in favor of the Bombers. But boy, Estevan is... they've been the better team the second half of this game.
Yeah, the Bombers have had a little better third, but you're right.
Puck is sent back to the Flin Flon net. This is Runke. They can spell it, Estevan. They've been good tonight. Back to Whittingham, a chance. That one goes wide. Babic can't hold it in. Here's a chance here for Mercer. Mercer down the wing. Hangs on, shoots, save, made, rebound. Oh, missed wide open net that time. What a chance it was for King, the D-man, and he fired it wide. Oh, that would have been a big goal there. King looking for a second of the game. What a play by Mercer. He comes back to get it. King missing a wide open net. He's tired, too. He wants to go off as the Bombers will dump it in. Here's Babic. Back to the net as he drops that one over to Miley. Laid it ahead. Calera, he'll dump it in. 9:25 to go. Calera will chase it down back of the Bomber net. Calera still has it. Back to Miley at the right point. He'll fire that one in tight. Puck comes right back in front. Scooped up here by Guy as he hammers that over top of the net. Pierce throws it to the back of the net. Picked up here by Houle. Up the boards to Mueller. Intercepted again. Boy, the Bruins really pressing in the Flin Flon zone. And the Bombers are having a real tough time getting it out. That's lifted out. Mueller knocked it down. Looking for some room down the left side, but intercepted. O'Neill can't find the handle, but he doesn't need to. Wilson will get to it. Wilson lifts it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Rolled in on Laserhume. He'll play it off the glass. Nice job to get over to Galenchin. Here's the backhand pass to Olofsson. Back to Galenchin. Galenchin freaking in. Shoots it. He's going to draw a penalty. Olofsson spins. And the Bomber goalie thought he wasn't sure who was being called against. But Galenchin with some hustle here. I think it's gonna be a holding penalty. And the penalty, I think, is going to go to Keegan Little. So he's taking the second penalty of the night for the Estevan Bruins. Jason Tartanek going over some instruction with some of his players. But we'll see if that Flin Flon power play can get going. It's immediate timeout. It didn't look very good their first chance tonight. Flin Flon leads at 3-1. A great opportunity here to go off with the extra attacker. Once again, this is Creighton Furniture, Flin Flon Bomber Hockey here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Staple items like
Sounds good.
buns or just because items, muffins, cookies, and pies so good you think you're dreaming, but you're not. You're at the North of 53 Co-op. I know you're shocked, but you shouldn't be, because the Co-op serves up hot and delicious baked goods every single day. And the only place better than their bakery is Mom's Kitchen, and that's debatable. The North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
RAG 1987 Limited in the Paw now have
30 seconds.
quiet generators in stock for any purpose. The Ultra Quiet 1000i is one of the quietest gas-powered generators on the market, delivering
20.
1,000 watts of power. The 3000 IES features the Honda Eco Throttle system, offering amazing fuel efficiency, lasting 7 to 20 hours on a single tank.
10.
From recreation to industrial, get your hands on a Canadian-built and tested Honda
5.
generator at RAG 1987 Limited in the Paw, your local Honda dealer.
And you go.
Second power play of the night for the Flin Flon Bombers. They lose the faceoff. Look out. Davis shorthanded and will drill it down the ice. And Laserhume reaches out to stop that. That Estevan penalty kill couldn't have played any better the first time tonight. We'll see what they can do the second time. Bachler takes the stretch pass. Bachler in deep. Throws it up a sharp angle. Save made by Hrdlicka. Davis tried to grab it. He's hooked up here. Puck is fired off a partition. Down the ice it goes. And Laserhume again will come out of his own net. He'll stop it. Richmond will take over. And the Bomber power play will go back to work deep in their own zone with a minute 29 to go in the power play. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Bachler at center. Hammers it in. Silvestri. Got a piece of it. Bruins can't clear it out. What a play that was by Noah Houle to hold it in. Houle. Good work along the right point. Kept it in again. Picked up by Silvestri. That one will hit the side of the Bruin net to try to get it out front to Mercier. And it's held up here by Hrdlicka. So 7:42 to go in the game. A minute 8 to go in the power play. Looking very disorganized.
Bombers hanging on, yeah. But Noah Houle, like you said, Rob, was just two great efforts to keep that puck in the zone there. And then a few of the Bombers went off for a change, and they couldn't make anything of it.
Mercer, Galenshin, Von Sprecken's going to move up to play forward here with Tanchuk and King. What do you think of that? Von Sprecken up front for the power play. I'm thinking they probably want to get him in front of the net. Tanchuk knocked it down. Lots of room. Tanchuk, what a nice pass! Oh, they score off the crossbar and in! What a goal! By a beautiful redirection. And again, in Cam Hrdlicka's defense. How do you stop that?
Instead, these Bombers have to get somebody like Mercer in front of the net, and that's exactly what happened there. Great goal. What a beautiful goal that was.
Well, the power play's been their bread and butter all year long. And what a beautiful redirection by Mercer. I don't care if that's Josh Cote, Dawson Smith, Martin Brodeur. Nobody's stopping that.
it. What I couldn't figure out on that is what Alex Von Sprecken was doing playing forward, but maybe you're right. They wanted to get some toughness in front of that net.
Anyway, it pays off. The Bombers get a big goal here. They take a 4-1 lead.
That's huge.
Ethan Mercer on a beautiful redirection, and Flin Flon leads at 4-1. They're 1 for 2 on the power play here tonight. Play at center ice. The Bruins are after Philly. It'll dump it across the Bomber line. Tanchuk, who made the play to get it to him. I don't think Tanchuk could believe how much room he had. He had it in the blue line. He held on to it forever, and then finally moved up the ice. Speaking of Mercer, here he comes again. Behind the knee. Can he slide it in? No, he can't. Hrdlicka, what a save. Oh, Mercer, that close to blowing it open here. What a big save again by Cam Hrdlicka. Mercer in behind the D. But Hrdlicka, a terrific save. Here's Forrest back the other way. He's across the line. He ties up here with King. Puck shoveled back inside the Flin Flon zone. Liam Bridger has it back in his own net. Here's Bridger. Off the boards for Carroll. Wilson cut that one off. Here's a nice pass to Kalora. In over the Bomber line. He's been a really good looking forward for them tonight as he'll fire it in. Carroll trying to tip it out. E-cap. Knocked down here by the Bruins. Shimlevsky. Back out front. Wilson shot. Partially blocked. Bruins set it out front. There's a chance. Oh, good save there. Marvin Laserhume. Reaching out to Rob Shimlevsky. Big timely save there. And again, we've talked a lot about a lot of things heading into the game tonight. This, that, and the other. But again, Harman Laserhume's first playoff game. He looks good. Amongst the league leaders all year in wins, minutes played, shutouts, whatever. Maybe flying a little bit under the radar, but boy,
he does. Yeah.
He made a big save there and made a big one earlier tonight,
Huge
too.
Save. That guy stretches all the time. It paid off there.
Well, yeah, because there's still 6 minutes to go. He scores there. It's right back in it, right?
Yeah, beautiful. Look who's out there again. Dawson Carroll taking an important face-off.
He's had a great game tonight. Clara will get waved out, so Shimlevsky will go in. Flin Flon, a big power play goal here by Ethan Mercer has given them a little bit more breathing room at 4-1. Clara will go back in to take the draw. Dawson Carroll, like we said, just 2 goals in the regular season, both in one game. He got the goal to set it all up tonight. I'm sure a game that he'll never forget as long as his team can hang on and win the game. Flin Flon pushes it out. Bridger behind the knee. Here's Bridger. Back in front. Olofsson got bumped off the play that time, but Shimlevsky came back and made a good defensive play. Meanwhile, Clara back the other way. The Bruins got to start taking some chances here now. They're down 4-1 with 6 minutes to go, so there might be some more openings here for Flin Flon because Estevan is going to have to start taking chances. They want to get back in the game here tonight. Play deep into the Flin Flon zone, so he lost a stick. I think it's Fry. Trying to pin it up along the boards. They do blow it down. It was Fry that lost his stick. And he'll pick it up, and the Bombers do the battle hard down low, which they need to do.
Great job by Lucas Fry there to pin that puck, because as you say, he lost his stick. Alex Von Sprecken having words with ex-teammate Davis.
49-24 is the Eddy family food shot clock.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Doubling the Bruins in shots. Flin Flon had 17 in the first, for 20 in the second, although I thought a lot of them came from the outside. But A big goal in the power play here in the third has given them a little bit of more breathing room with a very determined Estevan team. Poole in the corner, penalty coming up to Flin Flon. There's a chance! Oh! Flash to the leather! Harmon Laser hoops it. How you doing as he takes that one away from Whittingham. Anyway, Coder knocked down back to that. Here's a great chance for the Bruins. Here's a question, and Cam Hurtlicka's reading my mind.
Well, I'll tell you.
Do you take him out and go 6-on-4?
I'll tell you, you got to like this part of Coach Tartanic's game because he's never afraid to pull the goalie. And I know Rob Hart is a fan of that.
Well, Hurtlicka's out there wondering what's going to be happening here. He was waving to him. I mean, at this point, you got nothing to lose, right?
No, it's Coach Tartanic's modus operandi. You know, he's not afraid to do it.
He's got him halfway out here, so we'll see what happens off the face-off. It is an Estevan power play.
Yeah,
they're second of the night.
They get control.
And they do. They get the puck back to Babbitt.
There
goes the goalie. 6-on-4 opportunity here for the Bruins, going for broke with a lot of time left on the clock. Davis back to the net, gets it back out front to Runke. Babbitt won't shoot it, back to Runke. In tight to Davis. Back to right point to Runke. Slides it across to Babbitt. Back out front to Fuck just wide that time by Little. Here's Fry back to that. Nice job to get off the glass to third back to center. Babbitt cut that one off back over to Runke. Runke down the right side. That got blocked. Richmond feeling it, but it'll come back inside the Estevan blue line. Here's Davis. Back to Barrow. Barrow lost the handle. Intercepted. Wide open net for Richmond, and it hits the side of the net. And, of course, Flin Flon can go to the empty net anytime they want because they're killing the penalty. Actually, Davis forgot that. He almost left it there. Here comes Babbitt to center. In over the Bomber line. They're offside. They'll blow it down. 4:42 to go. 1:08 remaining. In the power play, I think Hurtlicka's got to go back in. Because the face-off's going to come outside the Flin Flon zone.
Yeah, that's right. They're calling a timeout, Rob.
Yeah, the Bruins want a timeout. We'll do the same. 4:42 remaining. 6-on-4 situation for the Bruins. We'll come back with that Estevan power play. And the final 4:42 in regulation. Flin Flon a big power play goal lead at 4-1 here on 102.9 CFAR Flin Flon online.com.
Clear.
All the features on my new washer and dryer.
Sounds good.
This one is for extra spin, and with this one here, I can program a delayed start. Though I haven't figured that one out yet. Oh, and it's got all these lights over here. I have no idea what they mean. Oh, and over here.
20 seconds.
Sophisticated, not complicated. With the Whirlpool washer and dryer from Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, you get the technology without the confusion, and you can ask all your questions
10.
before you buy. Whirlpool washer and dryers are simple and efficient, and when you get your
5.
Whirlpool at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, you know what you're taking home.
And your go.
Scott. Alrighty, welcome back to Whitney Forum. 4:42 remaining. It's 50-50 time. I think that guy down there's got like 20 tickets there, Mike. It only takes one to win.
It only takes one to win, yeah.
He's got a lot of tickets there. How do you even keep track with that many tickets?
I don't know.
Anyway, Estevan remains on the power play for a minute 8. I'm assuming if they win the faceoff, get it in deep, they'll pull the goaltender yet again. Little lining up for the draw against Silvestri outside the Bomber blue line. Flin Flon wins it, and Tanchuk will hammer it in. Hurtlicka waits for it. And the Bruins will pick up the puck back of the Bomber net, or back of their net, pardon me. Here's Babbitt. He'll carry it to center, to Little. Back across the line. Davis in full play. Out front. What a chance for Little. There goes Hurtlicka. And they'll get the extra attacker out there again. 6-on-4 chance. That was close. Runke holds it at the blue line. Feeds it back over to Babbitt. Babbitt will take a look to Davis along the left-hand boards. Back to Babbitt. Top of the right circle, Runke, who's got the goal. Runke hanging on. Now he lets her rip it. Buckler blocked that one. O'Neill can't pick it up. Coder out front. There's a chance. The puck is laying in front of the Bomber net. O'Neill will knock it down. Played it back, hit a body, and Runke races to keep it in. Feeds it back to Babbitt. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Through traffic, deflected. Oh! O'Neill, wide open net, and he couldn't put it in. Here's Davis out front shooting it. That's stopped by Harmon Laserhim. The puck is fired back to the net, and Buckler gets to it, and he'll bounce it off the boards back down the ice. That'll do it for the Estevan power play. They're 0 for 2. And Babbitt will pick it up at his own blue line. Drops it back to Runke. Here's Babbitt at center. He'll lift it back in. 3.5 to go. Here's Lucas Fry. Around the boards. Miley there. Goalie will stay out, obviously. Bruins going for broke here. Babbitt will pick it up at his own blue line. Feeds it back to Runke. Here's the Estevan captain. Tried to thread the needle that time. He gets it away from Olafson. Olafson, nice job to tip it ahead. Miley comes back, the Estevan D-man, and flips that pass back over to Kalora. Kalora across the Bomber line. The fans start to come to life here. Meanwhile, the Bruins will bring the puck back across the Bomber moon line. That's the dangerous Kalora. Been impressed with his play tonight. Back of the goal for Kona. Out front it goes. Wilson holds it in. Along the boards this time. This is Shimleski. Up front to Miley, a chance. Save made. Rebound is picked up. Runke out front. Wilson reaches to keep it in. 2.5 minutes to go. Fry can't get it out. Flin Flon, couple whacks at it. Pierce gets a hold of it. And he'll shovel it down the ice. Icing against Flin Flon with 2:29 remaining. Does Mike Reagan call a timeout here late?
No, not with a 4-1 lead, I don't think, Rob. I tell you, Pierce would have been advised to just skate it a couple more feet there and shoot it in, but in the heat of the action, I guess.
I think he was really tired too.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Somebody going to go home with a whole pile of loot here tonight. I didn't see what the grand total was, but well over 10 grand.
Yeah, last I looked, it was 13 something.
Face off inside the Bomber zone. Miley will hold it in. The goalie is out for the Bruins. They're down by 3. Babic shot. Knocked down in front. Leeson reached out, but he couldn't grab it. Bruins get it back. That's Forrest to Babic at the point. Again, a lot of traffic. Babic will fire that through traffic. Forrest redirects it off target. Picked up here by Pangura. To Miley at the blue line. Back to Pangura. Pangura's got it. Shoots it. That goes over top of the Bomber net. Babic will hold the right point. No, he won't. He gets away from him. Drops it back to Forrest at center. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Forrest will chip it in. Bruins have been jumping on a lot of pucks, getting some chances, but having a tough time getting another puck past Laserhill. That's pucked off the boards by Bachler. Won't have enough for icing. Oh, how about that call? Was that an icing call, Mike?
It was close. I would have. I don't know. I don't think it was.
1:39 remaining. Flin Flon in front 4-1. A big power play goal here by Ethan Mercer in the third period. 49-29 is the Eddie's Family Food shots in favor of Flin Flon. And Bombers might not have been the prettiest game, but it is playoffs. It's always tougher to make things happen, and they did what they had to do here. 1,135, the announced attendance here. I guess I shouldn't say the game's over yet. I mean, anything can happen right with 1:39 to go.
Good for you, Flin Flon, coming out to support your Flin Flon Bombers tonight.
O'Neill against Bachler to the right of the goaltender, Harmon Laserhume. The Bruins win the face-off, kicked on goal. Right pad save made, Laserhume. Fry stood up in the corner that time as he bumps here with O'Neill. O'Neill gets it free to the blue line. They just hold it in. This is Wilson. Spins and fires. That one blocked by Pierce. It's in his skate here. Goes right inside his skate underneath the shin pad. So that'll blow things down with 1:20 to go. Seems like Flin Flon's been stuck on 49 shots here for a while.
Yeah, they have.
Obviously haven't had a shot since the goalie came out.
Well, that and they had really a two-man advantage with the goalie out there for quite a while. But I'll tell you, Harmon Laserhume has done a nice job, especially in this third period.
He's made 14 saves in this third period. 1:20 to go. 4-1 Flin Flon leads, and the Bruins still going for broke with the net empty. And the face-off inside the Flin Flon zone. Silvestri tried to flip it out. That's picked up by Wilson at center. Zazitsko, he can't pick it up. Grabbed by O'Neill, though, on the Bruins side of center. He made a good move there. Trying to poke that one ahead. He'll knock it down, play it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Laserhill stops this back of the net. Laserhill, not sure what he wanted to do. Over to Noah Houle. Over to Mercier. Back to Houle. Picked up by Richmond, and he makes the smart play. He'll just flip it down the ice. That won't have enough for icing. O'Neill goes back to get it. 47 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Kalura comes over and picks it up for Estevan deep in his own zone. Here's the pass to Whittingham. Off the boards, back inside the Flin Flon zone. Olafson bumped off the play, but Galenchin's got it around the boards to Houle. Houle taps it out. Forces the Bruins back on their side of center. Shimleski will drop this one back to Babic. Babic's got it. 20 seconds remaining in the game as the Flin Flon Bombers come to life. Well over 1,000 in attendance here for game number 1. We got a tie-up between Pangora and Olafson. Babic back to get it. And that's going to do it for the opening game here tonight. The Bombers find a way to get her done.
Yeah, they. 4-1. That's a statement. I mean, we know they didn't play a great second period.
Something happened behind the Bruins bench here, Mike.
Yeah, I thought they were pointing up there earlier at sometimes a problem behind the visitors' bench.
Something happened. He's not happy about something. Anyway, loud here for the Whitney Forum faithful. The Bombers, a big 4-1 victory here. Estevan got 14 shots that third period, but some timely saves by Harmon Laser-Hume, the difference tonight. And a great crowd here tonight. We'll hopefully have them come back tomorrow. But a good start for the series. Like we said, Estevan's game plan remains the same tomorrow to try and steal the game out of Flin Flon. So not all's lost for them, but a good start here for the Bombers tonight. That they got to win their home games for sure with that long travel between here and Estevan. And did themselves a favor with a 4-1 victory tonight.
Yeah, you gotta win the first one to win them all. So they did it. Some good play by some players. That they want to clean up that second period for sure. And I think they outshot that period, but they were shorthanded for a lot of it. And Harmon Laser-Hume, I think, really was the story of that third period.
And a big power play goal by Flin Flon too. Like I said, they've lived and breathed by their power play all year, and a big goal by Mercier and a beautiful redirection. You couldn't fault Cam Hrdlicka at all. Anyway, the Bombers will take it, a 4-1 victory. They take Game 1 here tonight. We'll come back with all the particulars, all our post-game show awards, of course, the Great North post-game report, and we'll take a look at that final scoring summary. But Flin Flon finds a way to get her done against a determined Estevan team tonight. 4-1 the final here at the Whitney Forum. This is Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Hockey once again on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Creighton's
12.
The extra large combination, the honey garlic chicken dippers, the lasagna,
Yep.
and the paper towels. Come here, Fluffy.
Sounds good. It's because we played like 2 or 3 on when there was that whistle blown.
Every order of $80 or more, you get a free Creighton's Pizza towel. Great idea. And Fluffy stays clean. 688-2080. Creighton's Pizza, fight for the last slice.
Attention! Why you smiling, Private? It's something funny to you? Sir, no, sir. I just had Jack Link's beef jerky, sir. Jack Link's beef jerky? Sir, yes, sir. 100% beef, 100% delicious, sir. Most convenient and delicious source of protein around? Sir, yes, sir. Did you save any for me? Sir, no, sir. Gosh darn it, drop down and give me 20. Arctic Beverages, proud supplier of Jack Link's beef jerky.
Nothing makes you feel more at home than a belly full of delicious food. And at Chicken Chef, they do exactly that. Make you feel at home. From the signature chicken and tasty pizza to fresh salads, yummy sandwiches, and hot soups, they always satisfy your appetite. And with new delicious specials every day, there's always something new for you to try. And what's a good meal without one of their decadent desserts? Fully licensed and fully delicious. Open Monday to Saturday 8 to 10 and Sunday 8 to 3. Chicken Chef, where it always feels like home.
It's a great time for a new Ford F-150 from your friends at Northland Ford. Start your journey with 3.99%
30 seconds.
purchase financing for up to 72 months on select 2023 F-150 models. Plus, eligible Ford owners get a $750 bonus for a limited time. Already love the truck you're driving? Come check out their huge selection of Envy rims that'll make any model of truck or SUV pop. Just stop
10.
by or call and ask for the parts department. Northland Ford in Flin Flon, where they're loaded
5.
on trucks and proud to be the dealership you tell your friends about.
And your go.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Whitney Forum here. The Flin Flon Bombers picking up a 4-1 victory here tonight. Started off very well. It's a big first period tonight. Mike slipped, which leads to the victory. I mean, wow, bang, bang, bang. Let's recap the first period scoring. We'll recap the full summary, but in particular first period. Dawson Carroll, I thought he had a tremendous game tonight. Hustled through lots of body checks, blocked shots, and he gets rewarded for the first goal tonight. Again, nothing fancy, just shoot the puck. He got it in the corner. He fired it out front. It redirects off Babic into his own net, unfortunately, but his first ever playoff goal. Bridger and Richmond assisting, set the table there. Great game for Dawson Carroll.
Absolutely. Great to see Dawson Carroll play well. it sets up good for next year. Hey, Rob, when he's been in, he's played very good all year. Really.
I agree. I can't think of a game where I can say they didn't play well, Mike. And unfortunately, it sounds like he's going to have to go back and play Junior B. Do we not see him at all again for the end of the playoffs?
I don't know. That was a rumor out in the stands that this might be his last game. We'll have to ask Coach Reagan when he comes up, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, he makes it 1-0. How about the goal by Corey King? It stands up as the game winner tonight. His first from Olafson at 9:09. He gets the puck just inside the blue line. A nice quick shot. Again, I don't think Cam Hrdlicka saw it. But again, he got to shoot the puck. And boy, Corey King's had himself a nice year. Didn't have any goals in the playoffs last year. Played primarily a defensive role. Of course, all the power play time was divvied up between LaPointe, Thiessen, and of course, Vardy when he was in there. So,
yeah.
But he was good defensively. He's been great this year. That stands up as the game winner. Alexis Silvestri, though, will make it 3-0. His first from Bachler. Bachler, a really nice move here inside the zone. He's so good. He's got such sweet hands. Ducked and weaved away from the Estevan defender. Threw it out front. Hrdlicka made the first save. Nobody picked up Silvestri in front of the net. He'll shovel it in for his first. So Flin Flon kind of had the Bruins reeling a little bit. 3-0 after one. But boy, they came back. And I still say the second period tonight is the best period of hockey I've seen Estevan play in this building. They came out. They got the only goal. Runke, their top scorer, gets his first from Koner. A nice feed from in behind the net. He went 5-hole. Gave them, obviously, a little bit of mojo or a little bit of
spark
coming out for the third, and they did take advantage of that. Couldn't put any more pucks past the goaltender, Harmon Laserhume, but again, that big penalty kill by Flin Flon early might have kind of stymied that. But it was 3-1 after two. Just a one goal in the third. Speaking of the power play, Ethan Mercer, what a beautiful redirection. The shot from Cole Tanchuk, he had all day and all night. Moved up, finally let her rip, and Mercer, good place right at the side end, rolled right off his stick over top of Hrdlicka. And like I said, I don't care what goalie's in net. Nobody had a chance on that one.
No, I just watched the replay here again, Rob, and he just had the stick in the right spot. You keep that stick on the ice, they say, and Mercer did, and it's a great play by Tanchuk.
That stands up as the last goal. The Bruins went 6-on-4. Did keep the puck inside the Flin Flon zone for probably almost a full 3 minutes, but the Bombers blocked some shots. They did a pretty good job keeping things to the outside, although they did. I think Keegan Little might have been the one that got that really good chance in tight when Laserhume made the save on him.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. Harmon Laserhume really played well in that. He played well all game. I mean, he only had one goal, and that was one he couldn't have had. So, I mean, it was very good job by Harmon Laserhume.
Bruins outshot the Bombers in the third period, 14-12. Flin Flon, though, still outshoots them for the entire game by a count of 49-30. It is a big power play goal in the third period. Flin Flon goes 1 for 2 with the extra attacker. Estevan winds up 0 for 2, so let me throw this at you before we go back to commercial break. Flin Flon doesn't get that power play goal. It's 3-1 late. You kind of gripping the stick a little bit tighter. Is it a little bit tougher to maybe finish this game off?
Absolutely. That fourth goal was huge because the goalie was out. They had a penalty. They had the pressure on. They were putting a ton of traffic in front of Laserhume. That fourth goal was huge. And like you say, then the pressure is really on. I think it might have been a different story.
That's a big power play goal. Give the Bruins credit. They not a great first period, Mike, but I mean, at the end of the day, they got to have a little momentum coming up for tomorrow. Again, the goal is to win one game in Flin Flon. They still have that opportunity.
Yeah, you walk away with a split, Rob. You're happy coming into the Whitney Forum, but boy, oh boy, the Bombers win tomorrow. It's a tough road.
Well, then they can rest a little bit easy. Estevan hasn't exactly been kind to Flin Flon either, but
no,
you can be, like I said, you're not gripping the stick as tight, and you're not really fighting things as tightly with a 2-0 lead. The pressure is off you for at least for game 3 anyway.
Yeah, let's not forget the Bruins are down 2-0 to Battleford in the first round last year and came back and won that series.
The Bombers.
The Bombers. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Rob.
But went home for games 3 and 4. Well, yeah, you're right, and I mean, we'll see.
So you never know. I guess is my.
Well,
point.
they say in the 7-game series, the toughest game to win is game 4. So
yeah, absolutely.
We'll see what happens, but it's a good start for Flin Flon tonight. We'll take a break. Post-game show awards are next here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Staple items like bread and buns.
Yes, sir.
Or just because items, muffins, cookies, and pies so good you think you're dreaming, but you're not. You're at the North of 53 Co-op. I know, you're shocked, but you shouldn't be, because the Co-op serves up hot and delicious baked goods every single day. And the only place better than their bakery is Mom's Kitchen, and that's debatable. The North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
You're busy, and nobody knows that more than you. And you forget things, like appointments, where you put your keys, even to eat. Just a friendly reminder from Eddie's Family Foods to get a bite from the grab-and-go section or the full flavor of the meat department. Eddie's knows that for your family, you can't forget. So remember, they have fresh, store-made items you can't get anywhere else. Eddie's Family Foods, your uptown grocery store, still big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
May not feel like it just yet,
30.
but spring has sprung at PharmaSave. New clothing items from the Kaplan Lily White collection allows you to be comfy as you dress to impress. Warm
20.
that green thumb with garden items so you're able to plan early. Plus, new electronic items and the M&M Express Food Market will excite and delight.
10.
With knowledgeable pharmacists, helpful staff, visit when you need to or just to check
5.
out all the new items. Your life, your store, your pharmacy.
And your go.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, joins us here. His team victorious in game number 1. 4-1 again, the final score. And, well, you score 3 quick goals in the first period. Obviously helps you to grab the momentum and get the big crowd behind you.
Yeah, to get off to a good start was huge for us. And I thought that, we came out with the right mentality. We played the right way, put them on their heels, and that's what you want to do with, a team coming into your building and being the higher seed. So we did a good job there. I thought we sat on the lead there in the second period and, gave them some life and that. And, then I thought we were just okay the rest of the game.
Right.
But we got the job done, and that's the most important thing is, we're up 1-0. And, at the end of the series or the playoffs, they don't really care how you get it done. You just got to get it done at this time of year. So there's a few things that I'd like us to do a little bit better, but overall, not too bad.
Well, and again, it is the playoffs here, Mike, and again, nobody's going to roll over for you, and I give Estevan credit. I thought the second period that they played is the best period of hockey I've seen them play in this rink, in my opinion, the last couple of years that you played them. The other games last year were blowaways pretty much early for you, but they hung in there and played hard. Harmon lays a hume tonight, Mike. Again, when called upon to make some big saves, they get the power play late. They get the goalie out 6-on-4, and I think it might have been a little, I can't remember. Anyway, he made a tremendous save late in the game with, I believe, still almost 4 minutes left in the game, so there's a good chunk of time left on the clock.
Yeah, are you talking about the backdoor pass there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a huge save. I think we had just scored to make it 4-1, and it was a couple minutes later.
Yes.
And he comes up with a big save, and, they score there. They're within 2 again, and they're feeling good about themselves. So you need your goaltender to come up with some big saves. He did that for us, and, it's a good start for him. I think that he's got to feel really good about his game.
Dawson Carroll gets the first goal tonight, Mike. I thought he was excellent.
Yeah, Doss played real hard for us. And, every time he's been called upon, he's going to give you everything that he's got, and that's why he's a part of this team. And, unfortunately for him, his 10 games is up with us. He's, so we're going to, someone else will get it into the lineup until his team's done there. He's on a junior B card.
Yeah.
He belongs to us. But he's got to wait for their team to be done, and once that's done, then he'll be up with us full time and that sort of thing. So great for him. You got to feel good about that for himself. He's sacrificed to be a part of the team, and gets rewarded with his first playoff goal in his first game. So got us going too. So
great energy from him all night.
Yeah, he played with a lot of energy, and Doss, that's what I mean. As Doss comes, he works hard. He just does the little things and competes, and that's part of the reason why he's here.
Game 2 tomorrow night, Mike. Again, like I was mentioning to Mike Slip, and you and I have talked about him. You've been through the playoffs many times before. Still, the goal of the Bruins is to win one of these 2 games in Flin Flon. They still have that opportunity tomorrow. So obviously, it's going to have to be. You need the big effort again and a chance to go down there with winning both your home games. It's been a tough game, a building to win in all year, but playoffs are always a little bit tougher. And I know that great start tonight, but certainly tomorrow equally as important.
Oh, for sure, Hardy. I mean, we worked hard all year to try to get home ice advantage. Home ice advantage doesn't mean anything unless you take advantage of it. And, they're going to be a better team tomorrow. I think the good news for us is I think we can be a lot better.
Right.
I thought that, if I was to grade this game, I thought we were a 7 out of 10. I think that we can get a little more energy out of our guys a little bit. Like I said, we sat on that 3-0 lead for a bit. And, this team, we didn't get to where we got to by playing great hockey right off the get-go. Like, it's a process, and you grow as a team, and with each win, you learn a little bit more. And, last year's team, it took them a while to learn how to win in the playoffs. And, this is a good start for us, but we gotta build off of it.
Quickly, Mike, your thoughts on Vaughler and Mercy. I haven't seen them for a while. They both played tonight. Your thoughts on their play?
I thought Merce looked a little bit tired, but he's smart. He kept his shift short and didn't overextend. And, I thought that, it's good to have him out there. And you can tell that our power play was a little bit rusty, that Unit 1 just haven't been working together for a while. And I thought Vaux played pretty well. I thought Vaux was really good.
It was a nifty move he made here to set up that third goal.
Yeah, for his first game back, and those two guys are just going to get better. I'm sure that they're going to need a good ice bath here and get a good rest and be ready for tomorrow. But it's great to have them back. That's for sure.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Congratulations on game number 1. Good luck here. Game 2 set to get rolling here tomorrow night.
Thanks, Hardy.
Bombers win 4-1. They take game 1. We'll take one last break. Mike Slip has got all his post-game show awards ready to go. He's very prepared tonight. We'll get to those and set things up for game 2 tomorrow. Again, a big victory for the Bombers in front of well over 1,000 fans. Flin Flon wins at 4-1 the final. Game 1 here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Great North GM.
Doing with that KFC famous chicken sandwich?
I'm unwrapping it, enjoying it, and saving the spicy one for later.
No. Take a picture of the famous chicken sandwich from KFC, hashtag it, reel it, post it, boost it, make a long video, reaction video, tutorial video.
Nah, I don't want to do what everyone else does. I just want to have my triple breaded buttermilk marinated filet.
What about your likes?
The only like I care about is my own, because the KFC famous chicken sandwich is so good.
Bailey Homes knows that you want your home to be just that, your own. Their ready-to-move homes and on-site builds are customized so that you get exactly what you want. Bailey Homes prides themselves on the quality of the build and providing you with every aspect of their expertise. With years of experience building and moving homes to the north, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. Call toll-free 1-855-773-0217 or visit bailey-homes.ca. Your home is important to you. It's where you feel comfortable, which is why when the snow
30
falls
seconds.
And the wind gusts, you need to stay protected. With Jim's Custom Doors and Windows, from the installation of
20.
new windows and doors to the replacement of old leaky ones, their technicians can provide. And by installing proper airtight seals and harsh weather-approved products,
10.
you can keep your home protected while reducing your energy bill by up to 25%.
5.
Call Jim's Custom Doors and Windows today, 687-7071.
And your go.
And welcome back to the Whitney Forum as we get set to wrap things up. Finally, Mike Slip gets to deliver the KFC 3-star selection tonight. Is this your favorite part of the broadcast?
I'm always nervous that you're going to disagree with me with these because it's hard, because especially when the Bombers play well. But anyhow, tonight I'm going to go with Cam Hurleyka as the 3rd star. He played great.
He did. He made some good saves.
He's one of the best goalies in the league. How many shots, Rob? 49 shots.
Yep.
45 saves. That's a lot. I mean,
and not a lot of help on the goals that beat him tonight.
No, exactly. I changed my mind. I was going to have them opposite here, but second star, and I see him down there talking to his mom and dad from Creston, BC, Harmon Laser Hume. And the reason I give it to him, he didn't get a lot of action, but boy, in that third period, it could have changed the story of the game, and he came up big.
Yeah, the saves, again, with goaltending, and we say it all the time, it sounds like a broken record, but it's true. It's not necessarily how many saves you make, but, when you make them, and he was good when he had to be, and again, the goalie, he can't be faulted. Runke's a good hockey player.
Yeah.
He gets in front of the net, he's going to score, so...
And it was a great goal.
It was. Both goalies were good tonight, I agree.
You know what? And this is, I'm going to go with Cole Tanchuk as the first
Wow.
start tonight. And I'll tell you why. First off, he got 2 assists. The assist on the Mercer goal was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a nice setup.
But I said early in the game, he is double shifting, and I meant to ask Mike Reagan if I was seeing things. He was out there all game, and he doesn't get enough credit for his defensive play. So 2 assists, and he's a great defensive player. I mean, the Bombers were caught on the heel, but it wasn't because of Cole Tanchuk. So I know that's off the chart a bit, but
I can't disagree that he didn't play a good game.
Yeah, the 2 assists, and he just seemed to be out on the ice and present the whole time. How could I not give Warrior the game to Dawson Carroll? Shame that he's not going to get to play until his junior B team is
That
out.
is a shame.
For him, but you know what? Dawson Carroll was a big part of filling in, and the reason he's got 10 games in is that he was a big part of filling in when those players, while those players were hurt, and he did a great job. He played great all year, in my opinion, but tonight he's like a bulldozer out there, and he played very good. So Dawson Carroll's the Warrior game.
Dawson Carroll, the pharmacist Warrior of the game. Congratulations to him. Quickly, the Frontline Sport Leisure out of town scoreboard tonight. How about those Weyburn Red Wings? They got the Battleford Stars down 2-1. Riley Morgan, a shorthanded breakaway, has put them ahead 2-1 here late in the second period. Do you smell an upset there, Mike Slip?
Boy, it's a long ways to go, but good for the Weyburn.
They're hanging in there. The shots are just 23-18 Battleford.
You talk about the playoffs, and I was thinking this. How many games have the Battleford Stars won in the playoffs? 0. How many games have the Weyburn Red Wings lost in the playoffs? 0. It's a new series. It's a new game.
Well, they're hanging in there. Good for them tonight. Humboldt, a big lead on Nipawin, 5-1 after 2. And it's a tight one in Melfort tonight. It's 2-1 Wolves heading into the third period. Manitoba Junior Hockey League action. The Blizzard win. It looks like they might actually finish third. They doubled up on Wayway 4-2. Verdun loses to Swan River 6-4. Niverville a 4-1 lead on the Blues in the third, and Selkirk up on Neepawa 3-1 as well. In the third tonight, NHL Finals, the Flyers beat Buffalo 5-2. Leafs a big win over Carolina. They beat them 5-2. The Blues over the Capitals 5-2. And once again, senior high school basketball, big day coming up for the Hatnot Kings and Queens. The Queens are in the final. They beat Prairie Mountain today 52-48. They have a tough task, but they haven't lost a game all year, Mike. They got the Rose North Red Hawks, the number 1 team in the province. That'll be for the provincial basketball title tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm excited for my friend Steve Litwin. He's got those ladies playing fantastic basketball. It's exciting, and it's all the talk around City Hall, but that's great. And a big day here tomorrow, 2 hockey games.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that, but I'm going to give the Hatnot Kings a plug here as well. They're in the consolation final tomorrow against Emmanuel Christian, so that's to win the consolation of provincial, that's still a pretty big deal as well. So certainly the best of luck to both the Hatnot Kings and Queens tomorrow. We will be watching, of course, reporting on that. And yes, Super Sports Saturday tomorrow. The PBCN Selects needing a victory here. Don't forget that game is set to go at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Lots of stuff, free pizzas from the gang down at Chicken Chef. Ernie's Wholesale is going to give away $500 worth of meat, so a lot of promotions happening, plus lots of other ice cream treats, and my understanding being handed out tomorrow. So Selects will take on the 5-time defending champs from Peguis, needing a win to keep their season going. Face off at 2, and then, of course, we're back here for Game 2 tomorrow night. Bombers and Bruins, Flin Flon doing themselves a big favor. Mike Reagan agreed with kind of our analysis of the game. Great opening period. Kind of so-so the second and third, but they still won.
That's all that matters, really, isn't it, Rob?
Especially in the playoffs.
But that being said, they want to clean that up that second period because they want to get out of here with 2 wins now.
Well, and like Mike said, Estevan will be better tomorrow.
They will be, but I think the Bombers will be too. They,
Well, that's what he said as well.
They'll regroup, and I know they'll look at film and regroup and come out flying. So it's going to be an exciting game. I really looking forward to it.
4-1, Flin Flon takes game 1. And we'll be back at her, of course, with game number 2 tomorrow night. The Bombers and Bruins all set to once again rekindle the rivalry. Don't forget every single playoff game courtesy of our friends down at Creighton Furniture, our signature sponsor, and of course all the other fine folks that bring you Bomber hockey year after year, decade after decade. So again, the final score, Flin Flon wins it 4-1. Our thanks to Jason Tertatic and Mike Reagan for their comments before and after the game here tonight. Also, want to thank Lucas Fry. He was our Creighton Pizza player profile. Nolan Cole, the play-by-play voice of the Bruins, joined us in the second intermission. Great to catch up with him, kind of take a look at all the different playoff series. And, of course, Mike Slip for color commentary again tonight. So, again, back at it tomorrow. Great crowd. Looking for hopefully even more tomorrow night. The Bombers and Bruins, Game 2 of the SPHL quarterfinal. We'll see you at the Whitney Forum all day tomorrow for the Selects game at 2 and then the Bomber game 7:30. Good night from the Whitney Forum in Flin Flon.
Clear.
This has been a presentation of Bomber